A 911 call often captures a critical turning point, from a child's call for help to a parent's cry in the night. These recordings piece together a larger story of families in crisis, reflecting the unexpected moments where lives change in an instant. A frantic suburban mother called 911 in the early hours of June 6, 1996, screaming, "My babies are dead. Oh my God." The case seemed open and shut, but it's under scrutiny again 26 years later.
Ma'am? They just stabbed me and my children. What? They just stabbed me and my children. Who did? Hang on. Enough medical emergency. Hang on, ma'am. Ma'am? I know medical emergency. Ma'am, I'm trying to get an ambulance to you. Hang on a minute. My babies are dying. What's going on, ma'am? Oh my God! I didn't even know you were 901. I know medical emergency. You're about 238. Attention 901 medical emergency. Possible stabbing 5801. 238 suspect Linda Victor Woodbrook coming out 232. Ma'am, I need you to talk to me. Ma'am, I can't understand you. You're going to have to slow down, calm down, and talk to me. What is going on? Somebody came in while I was sleeping. Me and my little boys were sleeping downstairs. Stab that baby. Stab me. I woke up. I was fighting. We ran out to the garden. Very nice him. My babies are dying. They're dead. Oh my God. Down the phone with me. Oh my God. Just set that on one. Hold on, honey. Hold on. Oh my God. Ma'am, who's there with you? Ma'am. What? Is there anybody in the house besides you and your children? My husband, he just went downstairs. He's helping me, but he's done. Oh my God. Okay. How many little boys? Is it 2 boys? 3 of them. Oh my God. Okay, listen to me. Calm down, ma'am. How old are your boys? What? How old are your boys? No. 7. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh shit. Calm down, can you? 7. Oh my God. Is your name Dolly? Yes. Is your husband's name Darren? Yes, please. Please, God. Oh my God. They left the knife laying on. There's a knife. Don't touch anything. I already touched it. Pick it up. Who's out there? Anybody out there? I don't know. Okay, ma'am. Listen. There's a police officer at your front door. Is your front door unlocked? Yes, ma'am. Where's the ambulance? Okay. They're breathing. They don't get in here. They're so sad. My God. Hurry, please. Okay, you need to let the officers in the front door, okay? What? Ma'am? What? You need to let the police officers in the front door. His knife was laying over there, and I already picked it up. Okay, it's all right. It's okay. I got the punch, baby. Ma'am, hang on a second. Somebody actually walked in here and did it, and there's nothing. Okay, ma'am. There's nothing. Ma'am, is the police officer there? Okay, go talk to him, okay? Yes, that's okay. Go talk to him, baby.
According to Darlie Roudier, just at 2:30 a.m., an intruder entered their Dallas, Texas home and attacked her 2 children, who were asleep in the family room. Then, a short scuffle broke out between her and the intruder before the unknown male fled the scene. The children's father, Darren Roudier, was upstairs asleep in the couple's bed with their 8-month-old baby, Drake. He woke up to the sound of breaking glass. What struck the detectives as odd was that before asking if his children and wife were okay, Darren walked into the family room and asked, Have you seen Darlie? Isn't she beautiful? And doesn't she have gorgeous breasts? At the time, he didn't know if she would live or not. Paramedics had also noticed that her underwear was missing, but exam results showed she wasn't assaulted. While investigators looked into the brutal double murder, the case took strange twists and turns, some that remained odd to date. Darren was an entrepreneur in the computer business, and Darlie was a stay-at-home mom. The couple was well off financially, and it seemed like they lived the perfect life, but that picture-perfect family image would crumble as time went on, especially the father's lack of involvement in his children's lives and the hidden financial issues they faced. While casing the area for clues, a single bloody sock was found in a nearby alleyway. Immediately, investigators thought it was strange that the intruder would take a sock but leave the 13 rings and the gold lady's watch that were lying out in the home. Bloodhounds also couldn't trace anything further than the sock, so where did the assailant disappear to? Darlie had told the police that the mystery man had dropped the weapon, a kitchen knife belonging to the family, on the floor as he fled. Numerous experts looked into this and were adamant that there were no indications of the weapon being dropped on the kitchen floor. In reality, the deep dive into the crime scene in the kitchen just cast more doubt on the mother's story. Darlie said she chased the intruder through there, where he knocked a wine glass, but the glass was on top of the blood spatter, and she had cuts on her feet. A wheel impression on the floor suggested that Darlie ran through there before the glass broke, and blood on the vacuum cleaner was Darlie's, as if she was leaning over it. If the woman was stabbed on the sofa, then ran through the kitchen, the blood spatter would have looked different from what it did. It was more likely that droplets were deposited by someone standing still or walking very slowly. When police interviewed her, Darlie was holding a towel to her neck wound, so they thought it might have been used to clean up the blood. The drip pattern showed the knife was in the hand of a person who was bleeding. The blood was not that of an unknown assailant, but the alleged victim's. Darlie had explicitly told the detectives that she had put the knife on the kitchen counter. There was no mention of it being on the family room floor. Prosecutors then put together their version of the events. Darlie had premeditated murdering her 2 boys. They claimed the mother of 3 had convinced the boys to sleep in the living room with her the night before. Around 2:30 a.m., she got up and used a bread knife to cut open the window that the alleged intruder would enter through. Fibers from that screen would later turn up on the knife, which was returned to its holder without being washed. From there, they believed that Darlie used the largest knife she had to murder her 2 children. The 26-year-old removed her underwear to suggest assault. Although it was a wild theory at the time, the evidence supported it. There was cast-off blood spatter on Darlie's shirt from the boys, indicating that the knife was repeatedly drawn over her shoulder. It would be strange for the intruder to break into the house, take a bread knife from the kitchen, exit again, return to cut the screen open, and then replace the knife. The only DNA on the bloody sock was that of the 2 children. Experts dug into the 911 call as well. When they isolated her voice from the background noise, another contradiction appeared. Darlie had moved rapidly from at least 3 rooms in the house and didn't stay anywhere for very long. This meant she could possibly have been removing some of the blood while on the call. Days after the incident, the family invited a local TV crew to a celebration for what would have been Devon's 7th birthday.
If you knew Devon and Damon, you would know that they're up in heaven, and they're up there having the biggest birthday party that we could ever imagine. And they wouldn't want us to be down here being sad, even though our hearts are breaking. I know that Devon and Damon would want us to be happy.
With a mountain of evidence against her, Darlie Routier was arrested and charged for murdering her sons. No charges were filed against her husband, who denied any involvement. The mother was found guilty and sentenced to death, where she still sits on death row awaiting execution. But the story doesn't stop there. More than 20 years later, a not-for-profit organization investigating innocence is involved in trying to free Darlie. The appeal claims she was prosecuted based solely on controversial forensic evidence known as bloodstain pattern analysis. The hired expert, Tom Bevel, was also responsible for the wrongful conviction of David Cam. Darlie was also let down by her public defenders. Bloodstain scientists Terry Labor and Bart Epstein analyzed the bloodstain interpretation of Bevel and came to a different conclusion about these patterns. Her family hired a private attorney a month before the trial, who decided not to call the scientists and instead handle the evidence through cross-examination. Now, Darley's lawyer, who met her in 1997, is fighting the outcome again. He says she didn't have a fair trial, and there are massive inconsistencies in the evidence against her. Firstly, how did the woman cut her neck with her left hand when she's right-handed? Secondly, the knives had already been brushed for evidence when the alleged fibers from the window were brought up. It could have been contaminated. And if it were used to cut the screen, there would be multiple fibers, not just one. Thirdly, a fingerprint was discovered at the crime scene that didn't match anyone in the home. And lastly, the saw couldn't have been planted by Darley in the time between attacking the children, calling 911, cleaning the blood in the kitchen, and the responding officers arriving. While their marriage was clearly under strain, one side of the story seems to be forgotten. 2 years before the murder, Darley told Darren she wanted a divorce, at which point he either held a pistol to his own head or to hers. On the night of the killings, the couple argued about Darley having difficulty looking after the children. In fact, she had left the house several times after arguments like these. The mother allegedly said she wanted to separate and slept on the sofa this time. Darren denied it was an argument, even though Darley had told police on the morning of the murders that the couple had fought about their finances the night before. Despite the entrepreneur appearing well off, they were 2 months behind on their mortgage payments and unable to make their minimum credit card payments of $12,000. An additional $10,000 was owed back in taxes. Darren had not paid rent for his office space that month and was turned down for a loan 2 days before. The loan was, however, for Darley to vacation in Cancun with a friend. 4 years after his wife's sentencing, Darren Routier admitted he had asked Darley's stepfather, Bob Key, whether he knew anyone who might break into the family's house as part of an insurance scam. Once the furniture and other items were stolen, Darren would retrieve them from the burglar and pay him out of the proceeds from his insurance claim. Although he initially denied it, once shown the affidavits, Darren confessed to the conversation. The damning confession was laughed off by prosecutors, alleging it was an attempt to bolster the appeal to release Darley. But all these years later, one question remains unanswered. Why would the mother with no history of mental illness or psychotic hallucinations, no criminal record, and no abuse in her background kill her 2 boys? Upon witnessing a 6-year-old girl being placed into a man's vehicle in July 2021, a witness contacted 911. Louisville man, 40-year-old Robbie Wild, was arrested moments later, allegedly with the girl in his car.
911 operator in Tremaggio, what is the location of your emergency?
Valley Station. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody just grabbed a little girl. In Valley Station, right off of it's Hayden Lane.
What's your address, sir?
I don't know. I just happened to look out. She was out there playing drawing on the sidewalk with chalk.
What kind of vehicle are you in?
Red Challenger. 2 guys just come by. They must have seen it. They said they'd stop after them. I don't know.
How old is she?
6.
What kind of vehicle?
They were in a different car. He said it was a red Challenger. I seen it was red when I could see him grab her and just take off. They went down Haney towards Grafton Hall Road. It's got black trim on it. It's a red Challenger.
She ain't the license plate number?
No. I was looking. He was a white guy, dark hair, fairly young. I just look out and see him jumping in the car.
What does she look like? Black, white, Hispanic?
She's white. She's got kind of red hair, blue eyes.
What was she seen wearing?
She must be wearing, just shorts and a little top, light colored. I don't know.
You know what
shoes on. No, they were real light. I don't know.
Okay. Does she have any physical, mental, psychological disabilities?
No, she's fine.
Okay. And you have no idea who these people were?
No, I just caught the window.
A red Challenger?
Yes.
And they were laughing on hanging way toward Grafton Hall?
Yes.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
Here.
We'll get police on the way, sir.
All right. What was it? Red Challenger.
According to witnesses, the girl was riding her bicycle near her Valley Station home when Wilt reportedly stopped her on Haney Road. He allegedly then took the girl and her bike in his Dodge Challenger and was reportedly followed by a witness who managed to give the number plate of the vehicle to 911. Authorities stated that the ordeal lasted between 8 to 9 minutes and ended with police arresting Wilt. Body cam footage shows Officer Jason Burba picking up the little girl and consoling her as she cries for her daddy. Wilt informed police that he had no relationship with her before the event, admitting that he knew what he was doing was wrong as the girl cried in his car. He claimed that he was driving back to the street where he took her when police arrived and ordered him to pull over. Robbie Wilt had no previous criminal history before the attempted kidnapping, aside from minor fines and a short 10-day prison sentence for marijuana possession in 2006. He was held on a $1 million bond nonetheless. Wilt entered a preliminary not guilty plea to one count of kidnapping a minor, a Class B felony in Kentucky that is punishable by 10 to 20 years in prison.
911 emergency. The police are at our house, and I'm taking my daughter to the emergency room because she's bleeding from her head. He had a bottle full of gasoline and a lighter.
What is the male's name that assaulted her?
Adam. My son hit him with a baseball bat, and he went out through the window.
Okay. And you said he threw a bottle of gas?
He got in a bottle of gas, and with a lighter, and he threw it, trying to get the house to go up in flames with her and him in it. He needs to be put away. Sophie, you're okay. You're okay.
Okay. Ma'am, do you want me to call the hospital for you so they know you're en route?
Yes. Call the ER. We're almost there.
Okay, I'll let them know you're going to head up there.
Thank you so much.
When Sophia Putney Wilcox returned from visiting a friend one night in September 2014, she never imagined her ex-boyfriend would be waiting for her with a knife. When Sophia was a freshman in 2011, she met Adam, a 16-year-old sophomore. At the time, the 14-year-old thought that he was mysterious, and once he contacted her on Facebook, the relationship took off. But their relationship turned toxic with Adam trying to control Sophia's every move, leading her to having to deal with his anger and jealousy. After an on and off relationship that also involved a previous threat of harm with a knife, Sophia decided to break up with Adam just days before the attack happened in September 2014. As soon as she got home, Sophia saw Adam with a knife in her room. She later testified that when she asked her ex-boyfriend if he would kill her, he said yes. The teen waited for her life to end. At some point, Sophia's mother, Kristen, and her brother, Keely, eventually got into the room. But by then, he had set it on fire. Keely then went into the bedroom with a baseball bat, hitting Adam several times. The attacker fled through the window. In the process, Keely accidentally hit Sophia, knocking her out. After Adam fled, the family rushed Sophia to a hospital where she was treated for the head injury. She eventually recovered and testified at Adam's trial in 2015, talking about how Adam became more violent and abusive in the time leading up to the attack.
After he told me that he was going to kill me, I had already been crying really hard, but I just crouched down, my whole body collapsed, and I crouched down next to my bed, and I was just sobbing, and my mom was yelling at that point, and she's like, "Sophia, let me in," and she started pushing up against the door, and so Adam just dumped the gasoline out in front of the door and to the side, and then he lit it as soon as my mom opened the door, so the flames bursted in her face.
Sophia later said she stayed in the relationship because she thought she could help him. Adam was convicted for attack and sentenced to a lengthy prison term. Sophia believed that sharing her story made a difference and hoped it would help others end abusive relationships.
If you ever get a wrong feeling about something, you need to go straight to someone and talk to them about it.
Since the incident, Sophia has moved on with her life. She seems to still live in Kalamazoo, Michigan, was engaged and had her first child. The brave survivor now speaks about domestic violence at schools. "17-year-old Anthony Tomplay called 911 on June 3, 2019 to confess to shooting and killing his father. The call has since become the focus of a Netflix documentary after the years leading up uncovered a twisted history.
Emergency.
I just killed my dad. What do I need to tell you?
So you said you just killed your dad?
Yeah.
Okay, and is he still alive or?
He might be. I don't know. I think I shot him like 3 times. I think.
You shot him 3
I'm not
times?
sure how many times I hit him. I know there's blood on the floor, so I know he's at least been shot once.
Okay.
I shot 3 times at him. He's on the ground.
Okay, you shot him 3 times with a gun?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Or at least I tried to.
All
He tried to attack me. We got into a fist fight, and I ran in his room and locked the door and grabbed the gun. And I unlocked the door, and he tried to get, and then I shot him.
Okay, and around what age is your father?
50 something.
Okay, 50.
I remember.
Okay.
Yes.
And are you there right now or have you left?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. You still at your dad's house?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And what's your name?
Anthony Joseph Tomplay.
Anthony.
Templet.
P-U-M-P?
Tem, like a temple,
Okay.
but add a T at the end.
Okay. Okay, and do you know exactly where you shot him at? The areas?
Yeah.
Where?
Excuse me?
Where?
The address I just gave you, I guess.
No, the different areas of his body.
I aimed for the head, but I might have hit him in the chest. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Are the cops coming? Is someone?
Yes, I have an ambulance on the way.
Okay.
Okay, sir, but I am going to transfer you over to another department. They have some additional questions to ask you, okay?
All right. Are you certain that the cops are coming to the right address? Like, I'm not 100% if I give you the exact right address.
You're not sure if that's the right address?
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Okay, stay on the line, okay? I'm going to transfer you over.
Okay.
When police arrived at the Baton Rouge, Louisiana home, they immediately arrested the teen for attempted manslaughter. Anthony was adamant that he had no choice in the shooting. It was self-defense. And as time went on, investigators were led down a dark history of events dating back to before 2002. Anthony's parents, Bert Tomplay and Teresa Thompson, had an abusive relationship from early on. In 2002, he was charged with 3 separate counts of assault, all filed by Teresa. However, the court in Harris County, Texas, mostly ignored these charges, and 2 of them were dismissed. Oddly, after the 2019 shooting, investigators would say there were never any charges against Bert. In contrast, he was jailed for assaulting Teresa while she was pregnant with Anthony. Teresa called 911, but after police chased Bert down, they let him go. As the abuse escalated, the fearful mother started leaving notes around the house that said, "If I die, Bert killed me." Then, one day, Bert's friend came to the house and told Teresa they had been hired to kill her, but he wasn't going to. She had to leave in a rush, but as usual, everything went back to normal in the days that followed. After a particularly bad beating in front of Bert's parents, they left with Teresa. She got out of their car on the highway and took a bus out of town, leaving Anthony behind. When she went back to get him, he was gone. Using all her money, the panicked mother put up missing posters in the area. By 2007, Teresa filed a protection order against Bert, and the custody battle began. When he didn't show up for the hearing, she called his parents and Anthony answered the phone. Immediately, Teresa rushed to fetch her child but wasn't allowed in the house. So instead, she put up the same posters in the area and sought court orders. This angered Bert even more, but Anthony was back in Teresa's custody. The father then stalked the pair for months. One day, Anthony was at home with his grandmother when a policeman showed up and said he had come to pick up the child, that Bert had custody. As it turned out, the two courts didn't know about each other's ruling. The father had the court in Baton Rouge to give him temporary and full custody, which led to Anthony being taken. He had filed multiple documents questioning Teresa's ability to parent, but none of this would come to light until the 2019 murder when on June 3rd, Anthony went to sleep. Around 3 a.m., Bert went into Anthony's room and started looking through his phone, accusing him of calling his stepmother, Susan Tomplay, while the couple was separated. Even though Bert couldn't find anything, he started screaming at the teen, and that escalated to a physical altercation. Anthony attempted to barricade himself in his room while his father tried to bang down the door. Later, a crack in the door would be submitted as evidence of this. Fearful for what was to come, Anthony grabbed two guns and opened the door. He told investigators that he believed his life was in danger, that his father was the worst he had ever seen him. The 17-year-old fired at Bert, who dropped to the ground from the gunshot. Anthony then shot at him twice more. After the 911 call, police arrived and spoke to the shooter, who they said showed almost no emotions. Inside the house, investigators found one revolver on the kitchen island with the hammer cocked back. The barrel faced the entryway. In the main bedroom, another firearm lay on the bed next to a cell phone, its hammer cocked as well. Bert was lying in the hallway in a pool of blood but breathing. He was transported to the hospital and put on a ventilator. After 4 days with no improvement, Susan turned off the ventilator on June 6, 2019. Since Bert had died, the charges against Anthony were upgraded to manslaughter. During the police interrogation, Anthony said his father would assault him and call him names. However, since there was no bruising or proof of a fight, authorities found the self-defense argument hard to believe. At the same time, neighbors told police that even though it was a close-knit area, they didn't know much about the pair. In fact, some had never even seen Anthony. They also said that Bert often seemed drunk and he was a strange figure. Shortly after Anthony's arrest, a DNA researcher who was intrigued by the case started digging into the teen. Eventually, she made contact with his estranged sister, Natasha. That's when it came to light that he had been taken from them over a decade before. Natasha told a news station, "Bert and my mom were together for about 10 years and it was extremely violent. I can only imagine what Anthony's been through. When he was a baby, Bert would hold him in his arms while abusing my mother." Police were skeptical of the new information, though. Anthony was not listed in the National Crime Information Center as a missing child, and authorities allegedly had no record of charges against Bert. Once he was trialed in front of a grand jury, Anthony's charges were bumped up to second-degree murder. He was moved out of a juvenile detention center and into prison. According to Anthony's lawyer, Jared Ambeau, his client had been isolated and regularly abused by his father. The challenge would be proving this in court. Anthony's stepmother, Susan Tomplay, and stepbrother, Peyton Manino, described the toxic and abusive living environment they experienced with Bert. Susan said her husband received notifications on his phone that her car engine had stopped. At one stage, Peyton called his father and said he couldn't live there anymore. The father fetched Peyton and sent police to check on the alleged abuse allegations. But Anthony told officers that he was never abused. This was documented in the police report. As the investigation continued, it became more apparent that the teen was telling the truth. For example, some of Anthony's colleagues said that his father would call his workplace if he hadn't moved from the same spot for a while, even if he was simply completing a lengthy task in that area. Despite the fact that Susan left because of the abuse, she never mentioned anything being on the receiving end in any of the court documents. Ambeau decided the best course of action was to bring in a private psychologist to investigate the abuse claims. The examination found he was not a danger to society. Finally, the charge was reduced back to manslaughter after the prosecutor confirmed that Anthony had acted in self-defense after years of abuse. Then, in 2021, he pleaded no contest to negligible homicide and will serve 5 years of supervised probation with credit for time served. As a condition, Anthony must earn his GED, agree to counseling, and hold either a full-time job or be enrolled in school full-time. If he meets all requirements, then Anthony will be eligible to have his record expunged. Susan Tomplay and Peyton Manino fetched Anthony from the court on his day of release. To date, he says he had no choice but to shoot his father. especially since the police had come to the house multiple times and no action had been taken. Anthony maintains that he didn't shoot with intent to kill. He was looking for a way out of the house of horrors he was living in. Following his release, Anthony has been trying to rebuild the relationship he lost with his mother and grandmother in Texas, which, according to the documentary, has proved trickier than they'd all hoped. The now 20-year-old's main focus is breaking the cycle of abuse.
Cleveland EMS and Fire, what is the emergency?
Yeah, my daughter not breathing.
Okay, what's the address? Okay, what's the street? I'm just going to ask a few more questions so I can tell you what to do, but these questions are going to help me to help you. Are you with her right now?
Yes, I'm holding her in my hand.
How old is she?
She's 2 months.
She's 2 months. Is she awake?
No, she ain't awake.
But is she conscious? Can you wake her up?
I'm trying to wake her. I'm shaking her and everything.
Don't shake her. Is she breathing?
I don't know. Her heart.
I'll give this order to my dispatcher. Don't hang up, okay? We got help on the way for her, okay? And you said you don't think she's breathing?
No, but she ain't turning no color though.
Okay. And you're right there with her?
Yeah.
Listen carefully. You need to lay the baby flat on her back on the floor and remove any pillows, okay? Let me know when you've done that. Kneel next to her and look in her mouth for food or vomit.
I do.
Is there anything in her mouth?
No.
Okay, you need to place your hand on the baby's forehead and your other hand under her neck and shoulders and slightly tilt the head back.
Can you repeat that?
Place your hand on her forehead and your other hand under her neck and shoulders and slightly tilt her head back, like she's looking straight up towards the ceiling. And put your ear next to her mouth.
And for what? And for what?
Put your ear next to her mouth. Can you feel or hear any breathing?
Y'all can hear her breathing.
You can hear her breathing? Is she breathing normally?
No.
Okay. I want you to look at her closely. Tell me every time she takes a breath, okay? When you see her take a breath, say now. When you see her take a breath, say now.
Okay, she
Has she taken one?
I don't think so. It don't look like it.
Okay, well, we're going to have to start CPR on her. I'm going to tell you how to give mouth to mouth, okay? With the baby's head slightly tilted back, completely cover her mouth and nose with your mouth and blow 2 puffs of air into her lungs, about 1 second each, just enough to make the chest rise with each breath, okay?
All right.
Did you feel the air go in and out?
I tried it one time.
You got to do it two puffs of air into the lungs, about 1 second each, just enough to make the chest rise. Did you feel air going in and out?
Yeah, I feel air going in and
Okay,
out.
now listen carefully. I'm going to tell you how to do chest compressions. Make sure the baby's flat on her back on the ground and place 2 fingers on the breastbone right between the nipples. Okay?
You do what? You say what?
Place 2 fingers on the breastbone right in the center of the chest between the nipples, okay? Now you need to push down 1.5 inches with only your fingers touching the chest.
Yeah.
Pump the chest hard and fast 30 times, at least twice per second, but you have to let the chest come all the way up between pumps, okay?
All right.
30 times. Tell me when you're done.
All right.
Now you need to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me when you've done 30. Count out loud.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Tell me when you count to 30. When you've done 30, let me know.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Have your wife or whoever's in there unlock the door, because they're coming.
Unlock the door, dude.
Tell me when you've done 30 pumps.
2, 3, 4.
You need to do it 30 times. Keep going. Tell me when you've done 30. Have you done 30?
No, not yet. I'm close.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that.
1, 2, 3.
But you got to count 30 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. Okay, have you done 30?
Yes.
Okay. And now with your hand on her neck and shoulders, you need to tilt her head back and put your mouth over her nose again and give her 2 more puffs, okay? 2 more puffs of breath. And then pump the chest 30 more times, all right?
You say what?
After you've done the 30 pumps, or you need to give her 2 more puffs of breath, okay? Blow 2 more puffs of breath into her mouth and nose. With your hand under her neck and shoulders, tilt her head back again and put your mouth over her nose and mouth and give her 2 more puffs. And then pump her chest 30 more times. Let me know when you've done that. Make sure your fingers are on the breastbone right between the nipples. Did you give her the 2 puffs?
Yeah.
Now, are you doing the 30 pumps on the chest?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know when you're done with that, okay? Count out loud to make sure you're doing them quick enough.
Yo, she's not dead, yo. Stop saying that, yo.
Let me know. Sir?
Brandon, where'd you go? She is not breathing,
Okay.
Brandon.
Sir? Hello?
What the
Sir? Hello? 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 Hello?
In reality, the dark truth behind this April 2014 call was sinister. The 2-month-old baby, Renee, had died of blunt force trauma to the head. Her parents, 18-year-old Brandon Moss and 20-year-old LaQuanda R. Johns, were arrested by Cleveland authorities. They were arrested and indicted for aggravated murder. According to court documents, the baby's medical information showed signs of prolonged abuse. In December 2015, Brandon Moss pleaded guilty to aggravated murder, felonious assault, and several counts of child endangering. He was sentenced to life in prison with the eligibility for parole after 15 years. Meanwhile, the infant's mother pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter and endangering children. Since John suffered from mental problems and had an IQ of 55, she was sentenced to 3 years in prison. A heart-stopping call came through from Claire Carlson to 000 in South Nowra, Australia in May 2019 after her 14-month-old baby was electrocuted.
Ambulance emergency, what town or suburb?
South Nowra, New South Wales.
You okay, tell me exactly what's happened.
My son, he just pulled the cord down from the land, and I think he's electrocuted himself, and it looks like he's got a burn on his tongue. His tongue was so white, and I could smell like burning.
Okay, so he's been burnt by, what was he burnt by?
The lamp. He's pulled the cord from the lamp.
Oh, I see.
It's completely undone. There's wires.
Okay.
He's bleeding now.
Okay, alright, so how old is he?
14 months.
14 months. Okay, alright, are you with him now?
Yeah, I got
Yep.
him.
Okay. Yeah, okay, now, is he just a boy, and is he awake?
Yes.
Yep, is he breathing?
Yes.
Yep, okay.
And he's got blood in his mouth, and it smells burning.
Blood in his mouth? Okay, alright. And where is he now?
He's in my arms.
He's in your arms, okay. Is he away from the power source?
Yes.
Alright, is he completely alert?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Is he breathing normally?
Yes.
Yep, okay. Alright, so I'm organising help for you now, okay? So stay in the line, I'll tell you exactly what to do next. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's alright, okay? He's still awake and he's still breathing, he's crying. That's a really good sign, okay? Okay, so you've got an ambulance coming to you. Okay, I know it's really scary, but like I said, the fact that he's still awake and he's still making noises, that's a really good sign.
Yeah.
Alright, that's okay. He does super well. Okay, alright, so I'm going to stay with you until they
Yeah, here's one now.
You one now? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be okay, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
That's all right. That's okay.
Oh, my God.
Claire joins us on the phone now. The mum.
Claire.
Hi, Claire.
The worst day of your life, no doubt that was.
Yeah, it was horrible, yeah.
And he's doing fine now. Back home, everything's fine.
Yeah, he's just got a little scar on his tongue, and a bit of he's a bit scared of nurses now, but other than that, he's fine.
Oh, wow. And just in a split second, see these, you don't think for a second when they're milling around the table where the lamp is, you don't think he's going to pull the cord out and get a lick. You don't think that.
What did he actually do? Did he pull the cord out? Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a floor lamp, and he often plays in that area, and he's just somehow pulled on the cord, and it's come unattached from where it actually goes into the light fixture.
Oh, so it's attached to the wall, plugged in, and now it's pulled out of the lamp, live wires.
Yeah, live wires, 240 volts.
Oh, you're so lucky, really.
Yeah, very lucky it wasn't worse than what it was.
Now, what about Crystal, the operator of the call taker?
Yes, the call taker is on the phone as well.
Crystal,
Hi, Crystal.
Look how calm you were.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Really great to talk with you.
Claire's here as well. Have you guys spoken since the incident? Probably not.
No, we haven't. It's so nice to talk to you, Claire, under better circumstances this time.
Yes, you too.
How do you keep calm in that circumstance, though? Because, like, most people, like, I'd go into a panic. Like, I'd be the worst person to call.
I think for me, having that paramedic background, I can, visualise what's going on scene, but also knowing that the most important thing is to keep the mum calm, because, baby's going to get really upset if the mum's stressing out, and so we want to keep the mum as calm as possible and know that everything is, on the way to her, and we're going to help her as best we can as an ambulance service.
How do you disconnect at the end of the day? Because we're playing the calls that have the happy endings. You would get far worse than what we're hearing. Does it upset you? Do you take it home with you?
I wouldn't say depending on the job. Like, I know just then listening to that back, I actually got completely caught up in the moment again, and I forgot that I was on the phone to you guys, actually. But I think, there's always great stories that come out of our 000 calls. Yeah, there's some horrible bad ones, but the fact that we're able to help these people and see the difference between when we first talk to them, where they're really upset and stressed out, and by the end of the call, usually we've got them a little bit more under control before the paramedics arrive. So I think it's a really rewarding job, and I think we all get a lot out of it. So yeah, it's good to work for the ambulance service.
It is. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, you are.
Claire, happy days for you at your place. I don't know about you. Are you going to do the same thing I do when, I whipped my dog once because it chewed up a nice slipper that I had, and now all I have to do is hold up the slipper for it to realise, anything could happen. Will you hold up a cord now if you want to control the child, if the child's misbehaving?
Wow. That probably wouldn't be advisable.
He's a little daredevil. Like, he'll even try and flick PowerPoints and everything. Like, nothing's stopping him. We have the house baby proof, but we've done an extra baby proofing around the whole house.
Yeah, that's a good lesson for everyone. Even when you think you've baby proofed the house,
look at it
think again.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Claire. Thanks, Crystal.
Can't skim over, right?
No worries.
In an interview with radio hosts Kyle and Jackie O, Claire explained how the incident happened. There was a loud bang before little Oscar started screaming. The young mum said the cord was still plugged into the power point, leading to the baby suffering from 240 volts straight to his mouth. Thankfully, the call taker, Crystal, has a paramedic background, so she managed to keep Claire calm until the emergency services arrived. The 14-month-old was rushed to Shoalhaven District Hospital, where doctors were concerned that the swelling from the burns, especially to his tongue, would block his airways. He was intubated before being taken by helicopter to a children's hospital in Sydney. Miraculously, the burns hadn't traveled down his throat or affected his heart, and the injuries were only in his mouth. Initially, the baby was discharged once he started eating and drinking again, but was readmitted after the pain stopped him. Oscar's parents, Claire and Hugh Carlson, said he made a full recovery but wanted to use the incident to bring awareness to other parents and caretakers. She said he is just a normal 14-month-old again. He's eating and doing all the things he used to. In fact, the little one even had his own Instagram account with some child modeling work and brand representation. The account has since been changed to @chasing.my.darlings since the family has expanded. The proud parents have always known that Oscar is a fighter after being born with aspirated meconium, which meant his lungs were full of meconium and he was in respiratory distress. He was on a breathing machine, had fluid around his heart, and was quite jaundiced. On November 12, 2017, a 17-year-old teenager whose name has been withheld called an emergency operator begging her to send the police to her house because someone was trying to kill both her and her mother.
911, what is the address of the emergency? Yes. What is your address, you know? Okay, repeat the address, okay?
Yeah, I need help right now. Someone's trying to kill me.
Who's trying to kill you? Where? Is someone there?
Oh my God.
Okay, who's there? Alright, this is struggle.
I need help
Okay, we're gonna have someone
right now, right now, please.
Okay, what are they doing?
He's trying to kill me.
Who is trying to kill you?
Please come right now. He's trying to kill my mom.
Listen, do not hang up, okay? Does anyone there have any weapons? Hello? Emil is trying to kill me. And is still screaming. This is trouble. The call disconnected.
We now know the identity of the teen police say stabbed his ex-girlfriend and her mother at their Parma home. 18-year-old Joshua Harvey of Parma Heights is now in jail, charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. His ex-girlfriend, a 17-year-old high school student, called for help this weekend, saying he was trying to kill her. The teen and her mother are both hospitalized in stable condition.
Immediately, the young boy went back outside to retrieve his phone. His ex-girlfriend seized the opportunity to shut the back door. She ran into an empty bedroom and called 911. Harvey returned and was able to kick in the back door. He then hurried to the bedroom and began kicking down that door as well. The noise from Harvey's entrance attempts made 56-year-old Berthan McGinty, the mother of the 17-year-old, cut short her sleep. She headed to the living room to see what was going on. After attacking the girl's mother, the violent teenager went back to the bedroom door and kicked it in. The girl had been telling the emergency operator about how someone was trying to kill her and her mom. However, when Harvey got into the room, she disconnected the call, but not before the 911 official heard her screams. Both mother and daughter were seriously injured and were in need of emergency surgery operations. According to officials, after receiving the 911 call, they left for the girl's home at the 10,000 block of Moore Drive. In the driveway, they found Harvey with a gash on his hand. After being found by the authorities, McGinty and her daughter were rushed to Metro Health for treatment, where doctors later revealed that they both suffered permanent nerve damage. Harvey, on the other hand, was arrested. He was charged with attempted aggravated murder, kidnapping, felonious assault, and aggravated burglary.
This is what is called the arraignment. The purpose of the arraignment is to explain to you what the charges are against you, the penalties you face if you're convicted, the rights that you have, and the procedures that we follow. First is the charge. We'll be giving you the copies of these. These are identical charges, 2 separate charges of attempted murder. It being alleged that on Sunday, while in Parma County, Ohio, that you did purposely with sufficient culpability for the commission of a violation of murder.
On February 12, 2018, Harvey pleaded guilty to all of these charges and was sentenced to 32 years in prison.
Where's your emergency?
My dad's being really mean to my mommy. Get off my mother!
Okay. Can you?
My dad is killing my mom! And my dad's beating my mom! I need help! Oh no, he's hurting me! He's hurting me now!
Okay. Can you go?
Your gloves! Get away from me! Get away from me! No! No! They're coming for you! They're all coming for you! I don't want to live here anymore! He's not letting us get in the car! and he's not letting us go. He's holding on. Oh my God, he's dead. He's dead. He's really dead. What happened? He was hanging onto the car and he fell off and did he get hit by the car? Yes.
In October 2015, during a domestic dispute, Angela Luke fatally ran over her abusive husband Daniel Luke in their driveway at the family's home near Canal Winchester, southeast of Columbus. According to the 911 call made by one of their daughters, they were trying to flee their violent father who had grabbed the car as they drove away. Authorities arrested Angela in Ohio. She pleaded not guilty to charges including aggravated vehicular homicide. Angela told the Fairfield County Sheriff's detectives that her husband had held her down and beaten her at their home. She took their 2 young daughters, got in her BMW, and started to head down their long driveway when Daniel held onto the car. According to Daniel's brother, David Luke, there had been discord in the couple's marriage. He said he must have just snapped. Dan was not a man quick to anger. What happened is not Dan. Witnesses told the dispatcher that Daniel Luke was bleeding from his ear. He was transported to Dilly Ridge Medical Center where he later died. The second-grade teacher from Tussing Elementary in Reynoldsburg was placed on unpaid suspension, which is standard procedure for an employee facing charges of this caliber. Angela had been teaching at Tussing Elementary for at least 11 years. In an interview, Suzanne Peltier, exclusive director of the Lighthouse Women's Shelter, said, "Initially I was appalled. I thought, and still do, that this was a clear-cut case of self-defense, that she was trying to protect herself and her children." The Fairfield County prosecution dropped the charges in nolle prosequi as they believe the case requires further investigation and, therefore, will not be presented to the Fairfield County grand jury. Angela was later reinstated. PLSD Public Relations Director David Ball declined to comment on the prosecutor's ruling but said, "The district is happy Ms. Luke is back teaching. We continue to be supportive of her as she and her family move on past this difficult time." This haunting 999 call took place 11 minutes after the child's mother searched Google for how to bring babies out of shock.
Under the service, is the patient breathing?
Yeah, she's breathing.
Is she conscious?
Yeah. She's a bit of both, really. Basically, it's my partner's daughter. It's my little girl as well. I brought her up. We've got all 3 children here playing, and was in the kitchen making a coffee, and they've been in the living room, and I heard a bang. So I came out, and the little lad stood there, and the little girl's on the floor, and she was crying, and then she stopped crying, and then she was sick, and now she's just a little bit floppy, to be honest with you.
And what do you know what the bang was?
No, I don't know I don't know if she's fallen off of the sofa, or I don't know. Just the 3 of them playing with us. And
Right.
he just said start, and when I walked in, she was laid on the floor. Shush, darling.
So you heard a bang, the patient was on the floor.
I've heard a bang, yeah. I came in, and the little lad was saying star, which is the little girl.
Yeah.
So I've obviously shouted to mummy to sit up, star. So I sat her up, and I started to rub her back because she was like breathing but like struggling.
Yeah.
So I was rubbing her back. She started to be sick, so I led her on the floor.
Yeah.
Put her in like CPR position, started to run her back. She started to lose breath, so I performed CPR on her.
So you've done CPR on her?
Yeah, I've done CPR. I've got her in the recovery position now.
28-year-old Savannah Brockhill made the call after violently attacking her girlfriend's 16-month-old baby, Star Hobson. In the 11 minutes before the call on September 22, 2020, she put together her cover story while desperately trying to revive Star and avoid the involvement of emergency services. Brockhill performed CPR, took the child to the window for air, and splashed water on the toddler's face. Meanwhile, before the call, the child's mother, 20-year-old Frankie Smith, searched Google for how to bring babies out of shock. She said she had rushed into her living room after hearing a thud and someone saying, "Oh, Star." Smith found Brock Hill seated on the sofa holding the toddler, who was struggling to breathe. The mother told investigators that she had repeatedly said they needed to call for help, but first aid-trained Brock Hill had said everything was fine, and Smith, under the coercive control of Brock Hill, accepted what she said. Paramedics arrived at the flat 15 minutes after the call began. They were greeted by a calm, not panicking, Brock Hill, who walked them up to the second-floor flat with no urgency. Medics immediately realized Star needed urgent help and moved her to the ambulance, where they worked on her for 20 minutes. The 16-month-old was taken to the hospital, but Star was effectively dead when she entered the emergency vehicle. After the ambulance left, Brock Hill spent 7 minutes back inside the flat getting her keys before driving to the wrong hospital. When she arrived at Airedale, she sunk to her knees in theatrics before becoming angry and shouting. Following their brief interview with investigators, the women went to Brock Hill's sister's house, where they were questioned again by police. Both were arrested a few days later. With charges of murder laid against the women, their relationship was in the spotlight. Frankie Smith was 17 when she fell pregnant with Star. Her family described her as the girl who never grew up and said she changed completely after meeting Brock Hill. Smith had an IQ of just 70, which put her in the bottom 2% of the population, and still played with dolls at 16. In fact, according to the police psychiatrist, Smith was abnormally compliant and abnormally prone to going along with what an authority figure is telling her to do. Soon after Star was born, Smith and the baby's father, Jordan Hobson, broke up when he returned to university. After giving birth, the 17-year-old was initially a good mother but began neglecting Star, preferring instead to drink in the pubs of Bradford, often with her mother, Yvonne Spendley. On one of her nights out, she met Brock Hill at a pub where she was working as a bouncer, and despite never having dated women before, fell for her confident personality and quickly became obsessed with her. Brock Hill was also an amateur boxer and a self-proclaimed psycho. During their relationship, Brock Hill isolated Smith from her family, and even made alarming Snapchat videos veiled with threats. Once, when Smith went out without her, she sent her more than 200 messages and calls, along with a video of Brock Hill licking blood off a wall and threatening to stab someone tonight.
Guys and girls need to remember the fact that Frankie is with me. She keeps getting a lot of message requests and friends requests. She's not going to accept, especially tramps like yous. And if you want to keep your kneecaps, I suggest you stop sending her them. She's with the #1 psycho.
Nevertheless, Smith became obsessed with her older lover. In an incident captured on CCTV and replayed to jurors, Brock Hill arrived with Star at the recycling plant where she then worked as a security guard. In the video, the woman is seen beating the child repeatedly. Other family members and Star's babysitter, Holly Jones, had picked up on the physical and emotional abuse the child was suffering and attempted to raise the alarm with authorities. Social services received 5 reports between January and the child's murder in September, but none were acted upon. Jones said that since social workers gave the couple an hour's notice before they showed up, evidence was covered up. Eventually, Brock Hill was found guilty of murdering 16-month-old Star by inflicting catastrophic abdominal injuries when Smith had left the room to change her sanitary pad. She was jailed for life with a minimum term of 25 years. Smith was acquitted of murder but found guilty of causing or allowing her daughter's death. She was initially jailed for 8 years, but this was quashed at the Court of Appeal and extended to 12 years, which she must serve in a young offenders institution. Star's great-grandfather, David Fawcett, regularly visits Smith. He said apparently Brock Hill is walking around the prison she is in, walking about smirking, things like that. Fawcett told the media the family has struggled to come to terms with the horrific loss.
I just felt like, poor little Star, she actually went to hell before she went to heaven.
A mural in memory of Star was painted in Roberts Park, where the little girl often went to play. Through multiple 911 calls, Don Pooley screamed at dispatchers to meet his demands while holding a 13-year-old hostage.
Arvada 911, where is your emergency?
going on there?
Well, I just got a phone call saying that my friend, she lives in the basement apartment of that house, and apparently the boyfriend she has at this time is assaulting her.
Okay. What is her name? Last name? And what is he? He's beating her up?
Yeah, that's what I was told. Because she called a friend of hers in Broomfield, and he's like, "Well, you're closer to her. Can you go over there?" And she's in trouble. And so,
What is your name?
my name is.
And your last name? And what?
Here, so
You what?
I have a kid here with me. So.
Oh no, we'll send some help over there. And so you got this from another person. So this is like okay.
Yeah, it's third party. But I just, she has a son, and she's a twig. So
Okay.
Things happen.
Okay, so it's in the basement, of correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
There's an outside entrance there in the garage.
In the back. Oh, yeah, outside entrance from the garage.
It's on the south side of the house.
Okay.
Right in the driveway there. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. We'll get somebody over there.
All right. Thanks. Arvada 911. What is your location?
I don't know. You got it on the phone. I have a hostage. If you don't tell your people to get away from where I'm at, she's going to die.
So
There's a
listen
hostage
to me.
speaking right now.
Oh, please. Okay, now listen to me. Listen to
No,
me.
get away from the house now. If I see any more out here, that's your hostage is through.
Okay.
I'm not playing with you, lady. Make a move right now. I'm watching them. They're not leaving. Make
Sir,
your call.
stay online
Make your
with
call
me.
now.
Stay online with me, okay?
I'm not going to stand on the line. I'm going to hang up. I'm going to watch the cops. They got 2 minutes. And then just whatever. Then I guess I die too. I don't care. Make your call. I'm listening. Take that. Call it out now.
Okay, sir, I'm on phones. I'm not on the radio right now.
Oh, you better tell
So
them
I
to
have that
do
in
their job
there.
right
Bear
now.
with us while we get that information to them, okay? Stay with me. Please
Yeah,
tell
I'm
me
not
what.
going to.
I hear her. What's her name?
You're going to see bad things.
What's her name?
Get them away from this house now.
Stay with
I'm
me.
losing my temper. I'm about to flip out. Okay,
Okay,
they're not leaving, lady.
tell me what your name is. Tell me what your
They're not
name is.
leaving, lady.
I know
Why
you're
is
not
she moving away?
leaving. I know
Tell them
you're
to
not.
get away from the house.
We are going to do everything we can to help you, okay? Talk to me. My name is Debbie. Tell me what your name is.
Get them away from the house now.
I will do everything I can to
Get them
help
away
you.
from this house. Get them away from this house now.
Sir, listen to me, okay?
I can see them.
I know you can see them. I know you can see them. Tell me what your name is.
Come here, come here.
What is it?
It doesn't matter what my name is. Get them away from the house.
Sir, listen to me.
Now, lady, I'm hanging up. If they don't leave the hostages,
Do not hang up, okay? Stay with me.
I just kick the door and I'm in the house, and that's it. Get them away from here
What
now.
is the hostage's name? What is her name?
It doesn't matter now.
Stay with me. Stay with me. What kind of weapon do you have?
It doesn't matter. I'm hanging up, lady. If they don't leave, I promise you, bad things are going to happen. I'm out.
Stay with me, okay? Talk to me. Tell me what. I'm not sure. He was crying. Do we know his name? Boyfriend's name. We don't know. Arvada 911. What is your location?
Same place. Why are they still around this house?
Sir, listen to me. Stay with me. Stay with me on the
I'm
line.
about to hang up on you again. I'm going to start talking to the little girl, and you guys are about to have Phil going.
Listen to me.
Get them the
Do not hurt that little girl.
I'm going to little girl off.
Listen to me. We need to work with you. Please.
Get them away
Do
from the
not hurt that child. Put her.
this little kid out. Get these cops away from this house right
Sir,
now. That's it.
I'm doing
There's no
everything I
I'm
can.
watching them, and they're not leaving. That's
Sir, stay with.
The standoff began in the residential neighborhood north of Denver after police responded to a domestic dispute call involving Pooley and his girlfriend. The man fled, then forced his way into a nearby home and took the 13-year-old who was home alone as a hostage. A short time later, the boy's mother and brother arrived, but luckily didn't become hostages themselves. For the next 18 hours, Pooley held the boy captive, occasionally crying, making threats, talking with family members, and using the boy's computer. Police negotiated with the man, aware that he was watching media reports, released few details during the standoff, other than to say the hostage and suspect didn't know each other. The suspect also called some media outlets with what police described as misinformation. The Denver Post said the man and a friend called the newspaper, but police asked that the content of the conversation not be reported. Police also requested local television stations at the scene not to air live footage of a SWAT team taking positions next to the house shortly before the standoff ended at about 11 a.m., when they fatally shot the hostage taker. The SWAT team rescued the 13-year-old. When it comes to children who commit crimes, this one has really stuck with me. First, 17-year-old Jake Evans made a chilling confession to the 911 dispatcher, but had the crime come out of nowhere?
Parker County 911, where's your emergency?
My house.
What's the address? Okay, what's the emergency?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
What?
I just killed my mom and my sister.
You just killed your mother and your sister? How did you do that?
I shot him with a .22 revolver.
And what is your name?
Jake Evans.
Jay Evans?
Jake Evans.
Are you sure they're dead?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to stay on the phone with me, okay? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Hold on just a minute. Where is the gun?
It's on the kitchen counter.
Okay. It's a .22?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Jake?
Yes.
Are you on any kind of medication?
No. Well, I've been going to the allergist a lot lately.
Yeah.
With my mom. But no, nothing other than that.
Okay. How old are you?
17.
You don't take any other kind of medication?
I mean, other than like Zyrtec and like Advil and, like Sudafed and stuff like that, for the allergies and headaches. But
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Do you, is there any reason that you were so angry at your mother and your sister?
I don't know. I wasn't, it's weird. I wasn't even really angry with them. It just kind of happened. I've been kind of planning on killing for a while now.
The two of them or just anybody?
Pretty much anybody.
Why?
I don't know. I don't really like people's kind of attitude.
Right.
I think they're very emotional. I don't know, verbally rude to each other and stuff like that.
Right.
And I don't know.
It's okay.
It's just my family. I don't know. They're just kind of really. I guess this is really selfish to say, but to me, I felt like they were just suffocating me in a way. I don't know. I think obviously, I'm pretty, I guess, evil, but that's whatever.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's all right. I'm listening. Okay, you have my undivided attention. Were your mom and sister in their beds?
No. This is really gonna mess me up for this, in the future. See, my sister, I told my sister that my mom needed her.
Mm-hmm.
She was in her room, and she came out of her room, and I shot her. She rolled down the stairs, and I shot her again. And then I went down and I shot my mom about maybe 3 or 4 times. But I'll never forget this.
Okay, that's fine.
My sister, she came down the stairs and she was screaming, and I was telling her that I'm sorry, but to just hold still.
Mm-hmm.
That, I was just gonna make it go away, but she just kept on freaking out. But finally she fell down and I shot her in the head about probably 3 times.
So they're both downstairs?
Yes.
Okay, where are you?
In the kitchen.
Okay. You're not sitting by the gun, are you?
No, it's about like 10 or 15 feet away from.
That's all right. Where's your dad?
He's out of town.
Do you know where he is? Out of town?
Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And for, I guess, future reference, I don't really want to see any of my family members,
Mm-hmm.
like
and visiting or whatever. I don't know how it works or anything, but I just don't want any type of visitors. I don't want to see.
Okay. Where do you go to school, Jake?
Well, I used to go to Leo High School, but now I'm kind of being homeschooled.
Yeah, yeah. So there's just you and your sister and your mom and dad in the house live
Well,
there?
no, my dad's out of town.
Well, yeah, but normally it's just your mom and your sister and your dad and you.
Yeah, and my grandpa and grandma, they live across the street, and my oldest sister, she lives with my grandparents, and I have another sister, and she's out in college. She was going to come out to visit us tomorrow.
You don't want to hurt yourself, do you?
So I'm a little freaked out about guns now.
Oh, sure. But you don't want to hurt yourself.
I don't know. I definitely, I assure you, I definitely don't like myself, but I'm just so freaked out by guns now. And just to let you know, like, I hate the feeling of killing someone. I'm gonna be messed up.
There are people that will help you. Well, you just take a deep breath. We have deputies coming, and they're going to help you. We're here to help you, too, okay? We're going to help you. We're not going to hurt you, all right?
I understand if y'all want to,
No, we're not going to hurt you. We're there to help you, Jake.
All right.
All right, everybody thinks that, we want to do bad things, but we don't. We want to help people. Right or wrong, we want to help people, and we're going to help you, okay? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
We're also here to help, okay? Jake, where is the kitchen in the house? Is it the back of the house?
Yeah, kind of to the back, I guess.
Okay. We're talking with our sergeant now. He's almost at your house. But what I'll probably ask you to do, Jake, is when he gets there, is turn your porch light on.
All right.
Okay. Okay. And what he'll probably do is ask you to come out. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So you'll be all right. You're going to be all right. Okay?
All right.
Okay, I'm going to stay on the phone with you, though, and talk with you. That's okay. And you can talk to me. I'll listen. Is there anything you want to talk about?
No, not really.
Okay. What's your grandfather's or grandparents' last name?
Stevens.
Stevens? With a V or a PH?
What's it? Stevens. Stavens.
Okay. Okay. What's your grandpa's first name?
Jim.
Jim. And grandma?
Diane.
Diane. Is it a gated community? Is there a gate?
Yes. Do you want the password?
Yes, please. Wrong radio. Okay. Do you have a driver's license?
No.
No driver's license? What's your date of birth, honey?
1995.
Month?
May.
May. And the date?
May 22nd.
May 22nd, 1995?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's going to be all right. It really is. Okay?
All right.
But I'm going to stay on the phone with you. They'll be there shortly. Won't be long now.
That's your call. Yeah, just follow your protocol. Ours.
Jake, would you mind going to the front door and turning the porch light on or any lights that you have outside?
Yeah, I turned them on.
Okay. Paul 404, my caller has turned the front lights on for you. Are you okay, Jake? Yeah. How old is she? 15?
She was, I don't know. She had a really sweet side, but...
Yeah.
Oh.
How long ago did this happen? Or how long ago did you shoot your sister and mom? Just a little while ago?
Yeah, like
when you called?
30 minutes
About
ago.
30 minutes ago? You'll be all right, Jake. Okay? You'll be all right.
Really worried about, like nightmares and stuff like that. Are there any type of medication for that and stuff?
Well, I think there is. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but, the justice system, and I'm sure your family will get you the support you need.
I don't mean to sound like a wimp or anything, but, wow. I've never, done anything violent in my whole life.
You don't sound like a violent person. No, you don't. But there, help will be provided for you, medical and psychological. That'll be provided to you, okay? so you don't have to worry about that right now. Take deep breaths for me, okay? You're doing fine. In through your nose and out through your mouth so you don't hyperventilate, okay? And that'll slow down your heart rate, too. I'm sure it's just jumping all over in your chest. There you go. A couple more. Good. That sounds good. You sound a lot calmer right now. Just keep taking deep breaths, and it'll keep the anxiety down. Are there any cars in your driveway, Jake?
No.
No cars in the driveway? Deep breaths, honey. In through your nose, real deep.
I just thought it'd be quick, you know. I didn't want them to feel any pain. That's why I used the gun.
Okay.
But it was like everything went wrong.
It's all right. Keep breathing for me. Okay, just in through your nose, real slow out through your mouth. A couple more deep breaths. Real deep in, real slow and real deep. Jake, my officers are almost there. Would you be willing to walk out on your own?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I guess I should tell, I forgot, before I called.
Yes.
The gun on the counter, for some reason, when I put it down, it was loaded, just to let y'all know.
Okay, that's fine, as long as it's on the counter.
Yeah, it's on the counter, I swear.
All right, I believe you. Okay, they'll be there shortly, but I'll stay on the phone with you until, it's time for you to walk out. Okay? Are you on your home phone?
Yes.
Is it cordless?
Yes.
Okay. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. You're doing good. What color's your house, Jake? Red brick?
Yeah.
Okay. Red brick? Okay. Okay. Okay, Jake, what I want you to do is, after we get through talking, I want you to put the phone down and leave it in the kitchen. You don't have to hang it up, okay? But I want you to walk outside. But when you're walking through the house and outside, stay visible. Don't hide behind any furniture. Open the front door. Do you have a glass screen door or a glass door, or just the front door?
Just the front door.
Okay. When you open the front door, step back, put your hands behind your head, and slowly walk outside. Okay? Or I'm not behind your hand, but keep your hands up in the air. Just walk very slowly and walk outside, but keep your hands visible. All right, sweetie?
All right.
Okay. Go ahead and put the phone down and do it. And then just listen to what Sergeant Fletcher has to say. He's very appreciative that you're willing to come out on your own. He thinks that's great. All right? And I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
hon.
you.
You're welcome. The line's open.
Jake Evans had killed his own mother, 48-year-old Jamie Evans, and his 15-year-old sister, Mallory Evans, in their upscale North Texas home. But what led this seemingly average teenager to commit such a heinous crime? According to Jake's confession, he was heavily influenced by a film, Rob Zombie's Halloween. The teen had watched it thrice the week leading up to the murders. He was amazed at how at ease the boy was during the murders and how little remorse he had afterward. Jake wondered if it would be the same for him. On October 3rd, 2012, after watching the film again, Jake played golf and contemplated killing his entire family. His original plan was to use a folding knife that belonged to his father. However, Jake decided he did not want them to feel anything and switched to using a .22 revolver he had stolen from his grandfather. At about 11:15 p.m., Jake knocked on his sister's door, telling her their mom needed her. When she came out, he shot her in the back and then in the head. He then ran down to the study and shot his mother 3 times. After realizing his sister was not yet dead, he shot her again. He then fired another shot into his mother's head. During the 911 call, law enforcement arrived at the property and arrested Jake, taking him into custody and charging him with capital murder. However, the court had concerns about his mental health. 2 psychologists determined that Jake was incompetent to stand trial, and he was ordered into the care of a state mental health hospital. But this changed on April 20th, 2015, when officials at the facility notified the court that the teen was competent and able to stand trial. That year, the case gained significant media attention and was featured in the documentary series Copycat Killers. Jake Evans pleaded guilty to 2 counts of murder and was sentenced to 45 years in prison, at least 22 and a half years before becoming eligible for parole. If he serves his full term, he is set to be released in 2057. Phoenix man Andrew Ward fatally stabbed his 12-year-old brother, and then, after his arrest, he brutally beat his cellmate to death. One day before Ward killed his brother, a young girl at the Ward house dialed 911 to report the killer was mentally unstable and asked for an officer to search his room for weapons. The call taker declined, and no officer responded.
Phoenix Police, this is Nicole. How may I help you?
Hi, Nicole. Is there any way you can check my brother's room or anything? Because we feel really, really unsafe because we're not sure what he bought.
Okay, what do you mean what he bought?
He is really mentally unstable, so we're afraid he bought something that could possibly harm us.
Okay, and where is he right now?
In his room. He's 28 years old.
Okay, and who's there with you?
My mom, but he won't let us in the room to see what he bought, and we're scared. And
What's
we just
your
want to
address?
see.
Is that a house?
Yeah. We just want a police officer to come and check his room.
I mean, I can send an officer out to come talk to you guys, but I can't guarantee that they're going to go into his room and search his room.
You guys can't come in and search his room?
I don't know. I'm not an officer. I can send an officer to you, and they can talk to you, but like I said, it's going to be up to them. I mean, if they feel like they need to go in there and talk to him, then they'll be able to talk to him, but I don't think they're going to be able to just search his room.
Then, I don't know.
I mean, has he threatened you guys or done anything?
No, he's kind of, I don't know how to describe it. He's kind of crazy. He is seeing a psychiatrist, and he just got paid $400 and he blew it all. And he came through the door and really sketchy and went straight to his room. It looked like a box. I don't know what rifles come in. If it's a box or something.
I'm not sure.
I just wanted an officer to come and see to check his room.
Right. I understand what you want, but I'm letting you know. I can send an officer to you, but I mean, I can't guarantee they're just going to go in and search his room because he's not doing anything. He hasn't committed a crime. He's not threatening you guys. He's not doing anything. He's just in his room.
So if he comes out with the rifle and kills us all, then
I mean, if he's threatening you with a weapon or he's saying threats, then that's different. But you're telling me he's not threatening you in any way. He just went out and made a purchase, and now he's in his room. He's not harming anyone. He's not doing anything wrong being in his room.
Okay, I guess I'll have to wait till he does something. Thank you.
Phoenix 911, where's your emergency?
I need you to come pick me up.
What's the address of the emergency?
I'm at Circle K, but the emergency is at 21448 North 34th Drive.
Is that a house or an apartment there?
It's a house.
What's the emergency there?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, well, if you're calling 911, it's my job to find out, so I need to know what the emergency is.
I think it's murder.
What makes you think that?
Because I stabbed someone.
Okay. And where are you at?
I'm at Circle K on 35th Avenue in Deer Valley.
And who is this that you stabbed?
Google Austin Tapia.
Where did you stab him at?
I think I stabbed him in the chest and in the neck and in the head.
Okay. And who is this person?
This is Google Tapia's son.
But how do you know him?
He lives in the house with me.
Oh, okay. So he's your roommate?
He's a family, or he's a relative.
Okay. Is he like a cousin or?
He's basically kind of like a brother.
Okay. And what happened? Were you guys fighting or what was going on?
Honestly, I just felt like chilling.
Okay. Have you been drinking or doing any drugs or anything like that?
No, I have not.
Okay. So you guys weren't arguing or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
That was a kill for a U.S. Marshal.
Okay.
Not sports man.
And what's your name, sir?
My name is Andrew Ward.
Are you at the front of the Circle K?
I'm inside the store.
Okay. And what are you wearing? What color shirt and pants?
I'm wearing a black shirt, and gray pants. So actually not pants, but shorts.
Gray shorts. Okay. Do you have any weapons on you? Any knives, guns?
I sure do.
Okay. What do you have on you?
I have a knife, a Batman knife.
Okay. Is it like a steak knife, a butcher knife?
Switchblade.
Okay. Is it in your pocket or are you holding it out?
It's in my pocket.
Okay. Which pocket is it in?
I believe my right pocket.
Okay.
I'm using someone else's phone and they have to leave.
Okay.
You want to just pick me up here?
Can you let them know that it's 911? So if they could just hang on just a minute, it won't be too long. We're just going to come talk to you, okay? But if you could just stay on the phone, because I want to make sure we get to the right place, okay?
All right. Home for a little bit, but you have to talk to me.
Just let them know it's 911, okay?
He said he can't be late for class.
Okay, can you hand the phone to him really quickly?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She's on the phone. Hello?
Sir, this is the Phoenix Police. It's really important, and I understand you have to get to class, but this is a very important situation.
Well, I mean, he gave you the address of where he's at. You can call that.
I understand, but it has to do with him injuring
someone. I don't know what to tell you. I helped out as much as I could.
Okay.
I was the only one who was on the phone. So
thank you. It's not much help, but thank you.
You got your cars have engines. You can get here faster than that.
Okay, well, I'm not going to argue with you, so thank you.
Dude is covered in blood, so I think you would get over here quick.
We are as quickly as we can, but I don't want to let a suspect go. I like to keep them on the phone to make sure we get the right person.
Yeah, I mean, I would be more than willing to stop over here if you wanted to, like, okay with that at school or something like that. But I don't know what to tell
I'm
you.
sure the officers will do as much as they can to help you with that excuse. I'm positive that they will help you in this situation.
Okay.
So as long as you can help me out, that would be amazing, and I would greatly appreciate your help.
Okay, well, all right. So, you guys are on the way over here then?
As fast as we possibly can. We are absolutely on the way. I just want to keep him talking because it's the best thing I can do right now.
All right, well, we'll leave my phone with him, and you can have one of the officers get the phone and then bring it to me at the school then,
Where
all right?
do you go to school, and I'll make sure that happens.
MMI, the motorcycle mechanic school right down the road.
Is there a certain room we need to go to?
What room are we in? What area? Do you want to write that down?
Absolutely. I have all of that information. You have no idea how much I appreciate you helping, and I'll make sure that gets back to you, okay?
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi.
I just wanted to make sure we stayed on the phone, okay?
All right.
All right. Just let me know when you
Honestly,
think you...
that was a kill for U.S. Marshal because I support U.S. Marshal.
Oh, okay. That's what it is?
That's what it is.
Okay. Did you work for them at all?
Honestly, it's classified.
Oh, okay. You don't have to tell me. Was there anybody else at the house?
Nobody else.
Okay. And just let me know when you see the officers again. They just want to talk to you, okay?
All right. You want me to stay on the phone with you?
If you can, if you don't mind. Alrighty. Have you taken any kind of drugs or anything like that today?
Not today.
Okay. Do you normally at all?
I think I'm clean.
You are? Oh, okay, that's good. What did you used to take?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, you don't have to. Just making conversation.
I'd rather not say for that question. But,
no, you don't have to answer. It's not a problem, okay? Are you hurt
are the
at
cops
all?
gonna honestly, actually, I don't think I'm that hurt. I mean, I might have like a little bitty cut. But,
a little cut.
But it's not bleeding. I don't think.
Okay, so you don't need a paramedic.
I don't know. There's blood everywhere. There's blood.
There's blood everywhere.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you just let me know if you're injured and you need medical attention, okay? Because I want to help you out.
Am I going to the mental hospital or am I going somewhere else?
You know what? I am not an officer, so none of that is up to me. What we want to do is just help you, okay? That's our job. Are you still inside the Circle K or did you go outside?
I'm still inside Circle K, and I see a SUV. Should I walk outside?
You know what? Let me ask them what they want you to do, okay?
All right.
I'm just going to ask them real quick, okay?
All right.
All right. So you do see the officers outside?
I see the officers.
Okay. Go ahead and walk outside. If you want to stay on the phone, you can, or if you want to hang up, that's okay. Okay?
The dispatcher, identified as Nicole, had reportedly argued with the young caller, who had informed her that she had been concerned that the 27-year-old man had purchased something that might bring harm to her and their family. She had requested a police officer to come and search his room, which she wasn't allowing his family to enter. However, the dispatcher seemed to argue with the girl, saying that he had not done anything or committed any crime and that an officer may not enter the room. Police cannot search the property of an individual unless they have committed a crime or they have proof that a crime may soon be committed. The following day, Andrew Ward called 911 from a convenience store and confessed to stabbing his 12-year-old half-brother in the neck, head, and chest. According to police reports, the man had been left alone with the boy when his mother and two half-sisters had gone out to dinner. Andrew Ward was arrested and charged with murder in the death of his half-brother, Austin Tapia. Court records also indicate that Ward had previous convictions, including DUI, assault, marijuana possession, and resisting arrest. 3 weeks after his arrest, he brutally murdered his cellmate by beating him to death. When questioned by officers, he responded by saying that he just felt like killing. Ward reportedly also told investigators that he had felt threatened, and voices told him there was a death warrant. Either he or his cellmate would have to die. When asked if the voices were real or in his head, Ward answered, "I just heard what I heard." Records showed that the Ward family had reported that Ward had suffered from depression and had a history of domestic violence. Siblings had allegedly contacted the police in the past because he had threatened them. The probable cause statement by police in 2014 suggested that Ward may have been an addict and mentally ill, stating that when he called police to report his brother's murder, he had requested to go to a mental hospital instead of prison. Prosecutors had been seeking the death penalty for Ward initially, but when he changed his plea to guilty of first-degree murder on both counts. But because Ward forewent the verdict for the murders by pleading not guilty, he could not receive capital punishment. In 2017, Judge Michael Kemp sentenced Andrew Ward to 2 consecutive life sentences. In January 2018, Candace and Calvin Carnathan's murder-suicide changed the life of their 10-year-old son and his 2 siblings forever. 911 was contacted because the boy's father had instructed him to call 911 moments before he died.
Charles County 911. Something happened in our house. I'm sorry? Something happened in our house and we don't know what. What do you mean, sweetheart? What do you mean? Our dad just told us to call you 911. Okay. Do you hear any noises or anything? No, not anymore. Okay, what did you hear before? Like, I think shooting. I don't know. You think what? I think it was shooting. You think you heard shooting? Yeah, a shot. Okay. Does your mom and dad have guns? I think only my dad does. You think your dad does? Yeah. Okay. Were your mom and dad fighting? Yesterday we were. Yesterday they were fighting? Yes. And the police came out yesterday? Mm-hmm. Okay. How many shots did you hear? Like 3. Has your dad been home all night? No, the cops told him not to come back. What? The cops told him not to come back. The cops told him not to come back? When did he come back? He kept coming back for supplies, and then he just came back today. He came back this morning? Yeah. Okay.
The Washington boy's fearful voice can be heard uttering that he had just heard 3 gunshots and his mother's screams. According to authorities, it is believed that Calvin killed his wife and then himself as a result of a protection order Candace had made against him the day prior. Candace would have turned 34 that April. Calvin allegedly left home the day he received the order, displaying that he was compliant. However, he arrived back at the Maryland home the following day, where he carried out the sinister act. According to court filings, authorities had not confiscated any weapons from the man as there had been no previous evidence of violence, despite a protection order being given. They have also pushed the fact that the most cases involving protective orders do not end in murder. In an email written by the victim's sister, Sydney Miles, she wrote, "We're grateful for all that you're and the awareness that my sister's case is bringing to the community. Today would have been my sister's 34th birthday. We're hoping that what happened to our family will never have to happen to another." Authorities state that county police respond to an average of 13 domestic-related calls every day. The 3 orphaned children and their family dog have been taken in by their relatives to be cared for, and the family is asking the community around them to help out where they can. Charlie Moore was driving home when an unidentified Georgia state trooper pulled him over. Despite there being 2 children in Moore's car, the traffic stop escalated into a high-speed police chase that ended with a controversial police maneuver and the death of 12-year-old Leedon Boykin. Because Moore had instructed his 14-year-old son to call 911 after he was pulled over, much of the devastating incident was recorded in the following call. However, the boys' voices have been redacted due to their age.
This is Paulding County 911. What's the address to your emergency? You're being chased by who? Okay. What kind of vehicle are you in? You're on Nebo Road? What kind of vehicle are you in? Okay, are you driving the car or are you the passenger? Okay, do you know if the car is silver or black or anything like that? Alright, ma'am. Are you... Okay, so... Are you not stopping for the cops? You're the passenger, correct? Is the driver refusing to stop? Do I ask her to pull over? Yeah. Okay, what's your first and last name? I understand. I've let them know that I'm on the phone with you. What's your first and last name? What did you say your name was? Okay. Does the driver know that you're on the phone with me? Okay. Do you know why he ran? Okay. The officers are telling me to tell you to pull over. They're going to hit you if they don't. Okay, I'll put in there, do you want a supervisor? But in order to talk to the supervisor, you're going to have to pull over, okay? I asked for a supervisor, and they are being violent. They broke my window. In order to speak to a supervisor, you're going to have to pull over. I'll notate that you want to speak to a supervisor. I need you to give me the phone. I need you to help me now because I didn't do anything wrong. I got 3 officers chasing me right now. I asked for a supervisor. They would not give me one. I asked, what did I do wrong? They wouldn't tell me. They don't have the cameras on. They don't have anything on. It's just 3 white guys, and they are chasing me around my neighborhood. Okay. I asked them, what did I do? In order to speak to a supervisor, you're going to have to pull over. I've notated that you want to speak to a supervisor. Please. No, that was too late though. Because now we got a situation where we're in a high-speed chase now because they won't stop. Y'all gotta help me. They've told me to tell you that if you don't pull over, they're gonna hit you. They're gonna hit me anyway. They already did that when I asked for help. If you want to speak to their supervisors, you're going to have to pull over so you can speak to their supervisors, okay? I asked for a supervisor. They wouldn't give me one. That's what I'm saying to you. I need help. We already have a supervisor en route to that area, okay, sir? They've already been notated. They've already been notified, okay? Okay, well, please dispatch your officers that have me right now and tell them that they need to get them off of me right now because I'm scared. I got my kids with me right now. I'll let them know that you have your kids with you. But again, they are asking you to pull over, and you would need to pull over in order to speak to the officer that's on the way, okay? No, I am afraid. I'm afraid for my life. Do you hear me? I'm a black man that asked for a reason for being pulled over, and they wouldn't give me that. And then they broke my glass. Y'all gotta help me out. Y'all gotta help me. I didn't do nothing wrong. Okay.
Y'all gotta follow them off, man. Y'all gotta follow them off.
Sir, I've let them know what you're telling me, okay? There's already a supervisor en route, but in order to speak to that supervisor, you have to be stopped.
Okay, well, tell them to chill out, though. I got my kids with me, man.
I've already let them know that there are kids in the car, okay?
Oh, my God. Yo, they're trying to flip my car, man.
He's telling me to...
Hello? Can I get some help, please? My wife is on the phone freaking out. I need help. I need help. This ain't fair. This ain't fair.
Sir, I can't make them do anything. All I can do is let them know what you're telling me. There's already been a supervisor notified and en route to your area.
What area?
To where you are driving.
They put
we
right now.
Sir, we do have supervisor that's in the area.
No, I don't trust y'all. I don't trust y'all. I'm asking for your help, and y'all not doing that.
Again, I've already let them know that you want a supervisor.
Read it! Read it! Read it! Read it! No! Read it! Read it! No! Read it! Read it!
Am I good to disconnect?
Read it! Read it! You killed my son! Oh my God!
He's on the phone saying they killed his son. Okay. Sir, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect. Rescue is already being notified, okay? We've already got rescue and fire notified, okay? I'm going to go ahead and disconnect.
You killed my brother, man!
The incident happened in the early hours of September 10th, 2021, when the 35-year-old father had been driving back from working a night shift. Both boys were in his care. However, the 12-year-old who died was his neighbor's son. When their son was killed in the accident, they were away attending a family funeral.
Granny, I'm on my way. I'm almost home. At least get caught.
After stopping Moore's vehicle, the Georgia State Trooper called for backup and was soon met by Paulding County Sheriff's Office deputy. According to a police statement, the driver refused to lower his driver window or produce any type of identification. When Moore continued to refuse to open his window, the deputy smashed it. Moore then allegedly told the officers he was a sovereign citizen and drove away, reportedly running over the deputy's foot. He later said he absconded because he was afraid of what the run-in with police might turn into. The state trooper claimed he believed Moore was under the influence of alcohol, said he wouldn't comply, and then took off along Highway 92. The police then pursued and carried out the pit maneuver. The intention of a pit maneuver is to clip the rear of the vehicle to make it spin out, but on this occasion, it caused Moore's Kia Sorento to flip several times. A Paulding County sergeant said the dispatcher couldn't get the message that there were children in the vehicle to the officers in time because different radio systems were used. The sergeant theorized that the trooper didn't see the boys in the car because it was dark. Moore and his son were given first aid at the scene before being taken to the hospital to be treated for their minor injuries. The parents of the victim claimed they weren't notified about the crash that killed their child by police or told who had identified his body. Instead, Moore's wife told them about the accident and their son's death. They believe the driver holds some responsibility, but the family also questions the actions of the police. Boykin's grieving father spoke to 11 Alive News, saying, "Why was he considered so dangerous that they had to flip that car with them kids in there? Why did he make that decision? And why did he decide to flip that car knowing there was kids in there?"
But they couldn't put a roadblock up and protect those kids. They couldn't figure out any other way than to flip that car over.
When asked about the police chase, heartbroken mother Toni Franklin Boykins said they could have called that off. She told reporters that her son was robbed of his life and told NBC, "I don't know how to deal with this going forward. She believed Moore was in fear when he drove away from the police.
And he said, I need for y'all to get a supervisor out here. There's too many police cars and I'm in fear of my life.
An emailed police statement said in part, the pursuit continued at a high rate of speed, and the driver was driving recklessly. The trooper terminated the chase by using the pursuit immobilization technique, PIT. The Kia exited the roadway and overturned in a ditch. The rear seat passenger was unrestrained and suffered fatal injuries. Moore was arrested following the deadly crash and held at Paulding County Jail, where he remains in custody. He is charged with murder during the commission of a felony, first-degree homicide by vehicle, aggravated assault against a peace officer, driving on a suspended license, having an open container in a motor vehicle, and was given a DUI for refusing a breathalyzer. The crash is being investigated by the Georgia Department of Public Safety's Office of Professional Standards, who routinely looks into all fatal collisions. At a gathering for his son, Anthony Boykins asked God to keep us away from accidents, surround us with positive energy and opportunity. His mom said, he was the sweetest kid that was taken away from me. Speaking on behalf of the shattered family, Chelsea Mills vowed, we'll make sure Leiden gets the proper justice, and that we will make sure everyone is held accountable. Miraculous call came into 911 on November 11th, 2021, when a woman found missing 1-year-old Blaze Barnett inside her parked van. The discovery ended a 39-hour search for the missing baby, bringing a wave of relief to his parents and the entire community.
Hello? The cab 911,
Yes.
address of the emergency.
Rogers Street, Clarkston, Georgia.
All right, what's the nearest cross street?
College, or the big one is North Indian Creek.
Okay, and just verify.
But I'm on the corner.
Just verify the address once more.
It's Rogers Street, Clarkston, Georgia.
Okay, and what's the phone number you're calling from? Yes, ma'am, and what's the problem there? Tell me exactly what's happened.
Someone left a baby and a car seat in my van. I don't know how long it's been there.
A baby and
I
a car
just went out. Yes, I just went out to get in my car for the...
Okay. How old is the baby?
It looks about maybe not even a year.
Okay, and it's in your car now?
No, I took her out of the car because she had gotten out of her car seat, or she or he, I don't even know, and was crawling on the floor of my van with all the dirt. So I brought her in my house and I washed her face off, and she's sitting on my couch. I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but I know her diaper's wet, but I haven't looked yet.
Okay.
I can't believe this.
Okay, stay on the phone with me, okay?
Okay. They left the car seat.
What's the child wearing?
A diaper and a little blue sleeveless T-shirt with it looks like dolphins or whales on it.
Dinosaurs?
And looks like more like whales or dolphins.
This is him. Okay.
And blue socks.
So it's like a blue onesie?
It's not a onesie, it's a T-shirt.
A blue T-shirt?
Well, it might be. It might be a onesie. No, it's a T-shirt.
Okay.
It's okay, sweetie. You're okay. I don't know how long she's been in there. She could have been overnight because it's the first time I've gone out for the day. And when I opened the driver's side, I saw a car seat. And then I heard her down on the floor crying.
Okay, just stay on the phone with me, okay?
Okay, seems relatively healthy. It's not hurt. She's not bleeding.
Okay. All right, we're going to send EMS just to make sure, okay?
Okay.
Just stay on the line with me.
I'm right around the corner from the Clarkston police station.
Okay. Have you been watching the news?
No.
Okay. All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Is there an Amber Alert or something?
Yeah, just hang tight. We should have officers with you in just a minute, okay?
Okay. Hey, sweetie, it's okay. It's okay. Here, you want the washcloth? It's okay. You're okay. Hey, baby. I hope she hasn't been in here overnight. There's a police right there. Just rode by. Cop, come back. He just rode by my house. Turn around. Oh, good. He's turning. He pulled in the driveway. I cannot believe it. That's so loud.
It's okay. It's okay.
They're here. You can pull in the driveway. Okay, you want me to go talk to them now?
Yeah, go ahead and talk to the officer.
Can I hang up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
The ordeal started around 1 a.m. on November 10th, 2021, when little Blaze Barnett lay asleep in his car seat while his parents took groceries into the Clarkston apartment. Moments later, their 2002 Ford Explorer was gone along with the 1-year-old. The infant's parents, Mother Donna Bray and his father, Xavier Barnett, were in shock, thinking it must be a prank. Bray told the news station what happened.
We got home around maybe 106, 110. Blaze's dad went into the house to drop his nephew off in the bags that we had. He was in there probably for 30 seconds. And when he turned back around to go get Blaze out the car was gone with Blaze in it.
While trying to hold back tears, she described the little boy while family members begged the kidnapper to take him to safety.
Blaze is one of a kind.
He's a very sweetheart. In fact, he was at my house today, and I told her in 2 weeks that he'll be walking. Well, he got up in front of us and started his first couple of steps today. He loves his mom. We can't even hold him without him wanting his mom. So we would really like for everyone to be on the lookout for my nephew. He's lovable. He's probably crying right now because he doesn't have his mom. So to the young man, I know we make mistakes out here. Have some compassion in your heart. Trust God to drop my nephew out safe. And we will not press charges against you. I feel like in this world, our youth are lost. And we don't know what was on this young man's mind. But, you can't go around here kidnapping and doing things wrong. But we do have compassion in our heart, and we trust God that he will have some compassion and drop our nephew out to the safest location, whether it could be your friend's house, it could be a relative. Just drop him off.
All you want is
That's all we want.
James Dent reported the 2002 Ford Explorer's location to police about 9 hours later. In an interview with Fox 5 Atlanta, he said, "I called 911. I told them where the car was. I told them about the gentleman. They wound out catching them. I let them know that was the guy I'd seen walking from the area because, as you can see, ain't nothing back here." Dent had seen a man run away as he approached. Police said the SUV was found near an abandoned condo complex on Memorial College Avenue about 2 miles away from the family's apartment, but there was no sign of the child or his car seat in the car. Then, a strange twist in the case, as Blaze's family members went door to door looking for the baby. A 60-year-old Aziz Hassan was murdered, and 2 of the missing child's relatives were arrested for it. Delarius Miller and Santana Miller, who were said to be cousins of Blaze's father, Xavier Barnett, were charged with the killing. The pair claimed that Hassan had shot at them first. There is no evidence linking the deceased to the child's disappearance, but the accused both claimed Hassan had refused to open his apartment to show the child wasn't there. Finally, the 911 call parents and family members had been praying for. Blaze was found in a parked van on Rogers Street. Investigators were seen fetching the little boy to take him to the police station while police interviewed the 911 caller. An emotional reunion played out as the child was given back to his parents. The 1-year-old was taken to the hospital to be checked and was in good health. 11 Alive interviewed the relieved mothers days after baby Blaze was found.
He's back with mom. He's doing absolutely perfect.
We just been chilling, just been right beside each other, making sure he does not go anywhere. And he actually makes sure that we don't go anywhere as well. I put him in the bathtub the night that he came back, and I like stepped out for a second to grab his towel, and he went ballistic. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, I'm sorry. I just went to go get your towel. That's it.
Bray said she would treat him like every day was his birthday, not wanting to lose time with him ever again.
He's my other half, my heart, my brain, my leg, my toe, my eyes. He's everything.
17-year-old Diu Domje has since been arrested on theft charges in connection with the kidnapping. The Towers High School student was arrested at Freedom Middle School and held in the county jail. The most recent updates say the Miller siblings were both denied bail. In the early hours of November 15, 2004, Peter and Joan Porco were brutally attacked by an axe-wielding intruder in their bedroom. Sometime after that, Peter had seemingly regained consciousness and started to go about his morning tasks. He pulled clothes on over his wounds and began walking around the house. The victim went downstairs, made breakfast, and even went out to get the newspaper. When Peter stumbled back inside, he lost consciousness and died. Meanwhile, Joan was still upstairs, left for dead. One of their sons, 21-year-old Christopher, called 911 hoping to find out what had happened after he had received a call from a local reporter who was asking for comment.
From Police Dispatcher Saginor.
Hi, my name is Chris Porco. I was just called by the Times-Union saying that my parents were found dead this afternoon. I was wondering if you had any information for me.
Hey Chris, whereabouts are you?
I'm at school in Rochester, New York.
Okay, are you in a dorm there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do you have a dorm name or?
It's called Monroe.
Okay. And you're hearing from the Times-Union?
Yeah, they called me and said my parents were found, I guess, I don't know, they didn't say how or anything.
Let me try and find you somebody who may have some more information for you.
Okay. Now, as far as, when was the last time you said you came down to saw your parents?
About 3 weeks ago. It was on the weekend. I can't give you a date. I have to figure it out. I'm not really sure.
Okay, but about 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay, and the email, what's going on with your email? You said you emailed him today, but you didn't get a response?
Yeah, I emailed him this afternoon. My dad at work.
Okay.
About college loan stuff.
Okay. You're going to go right to Albany Med?
I don't know. I don't even know where my mom is, but...
Yeah, she is at Albany Med.
That Monday morning, a New York State courts officer was ordered to the couple's home after Peter, a state appellate division court clerk, had not reported to his Albany office for work. As the officer walked up to the front of the house, he saw a lone key in the front door lock and the door was ajar. Drops of blood on the cement steps led him to a bloodbath inside. Upon entering the two-story home at 36 Broccoli Drive in Del Mar, the officer discovered 52-year-old Peter's lifeless, blood-soaked body near the front door. Police officers soon discovered Joan Porco laying in the couple's blood-drenched bed with severe head and facial trauma. The fireman's axe belonging to the Porcos that was used in the attack was found next to her. Miraculously, Joan was clinging to life. While paramedics struggled to get her oxygen, Bodish asked, "Did a family member do this to you?" And she nodded her head up and down, a clear yes. With the first responders as witness, the detective knew he needed to probe for more details about the attacker. 2 years prior, Bodish had met the Porcos when they reported the theft of laptops during a burglary and learned they had 2 sons. At the crime scene, he was wondering about the whereabouts of Jonathan and Christopher. Within the hour of the 911 call, police confirmed to Christopher that Peter was dead. Meanwhile, the couple's 23-year-old son, Jonathan, found out the devastating news at his Navy base thousands of miles away as an uncle rushed Christopher to his mother's bedside at the hospital. Police then questioned the Rochester student for 6 hours.
Your mother communicated. She stayed over there, right now. Don't know why she did it. She knows what happened. I hope she does. I was not there.
His frat brothers were asked about Christopher's alibi, which they couldn't back up. Detectives searched his room, taking clothes and a computer. They even impounded his car, a bright yellow Jeep Wrangler. Back at Albany Medical Center, Joan remained unconscious, still clinging to life and undergoing many hours of surgery. By now, despite vehemently denying it, Christopher was the prime suspect in the murder, but police needed more evidence. On the day of the incident, the 21-year-old was at the university more than 200 miles from the crime scene. and a student had also seen him out jogging that morning. The case appeared to have hit a wall until investigators decided to check several campus security cameras. Those would change everything. Christopher had told investigators he never left the university, but his Jeep was caught on tape driving through a campus parking lot around 10:30 p.m., just hours before the attack. Minutes later, the New York State Thruway toll collector John Fallon remembered handing a ticket to a young man driving a yellow Jeep with big tires. And at 1:51 a.m., another toll collector said she may have seen the same vehicle being driven by a young white male speeding into her lane at exit 24 in Albany. The Porco home is just 9 miles away from the exit. Half an hour after that, the burglar alarm was deactivated using the master code and was later destroyed to hide that. However, that didn't clear the memory. The phone line was cut off as well. Investigators believe Christopher then grabbed an axe from the garage, crept upstairs, and savagely attacked his parents in a bed. Just after 5 a.m., the Jeep went back through the toll route, eventually landing up back on campus around 8:30 a.m. Almost a year later, on November 4th, 2005, Christopher was charged with the murder of his father and attempted murder of his mother. However, in a sudden twist, Joan Porco recovered from the attack and said that she had no memory of anything that happened that night. The mother of two also had no recollection of ever indicating by nodding that her son was the attacker. And Joan went on the offensive, publicly claiming that her son was innocent. A month after he was charged, Christopher was out on bail, which was posted by a large circle of family and friends, all of whom were convinced of his innocence. Since no bloody foot or fingerprint linked the 21-year-old to the crime scene and no forensics evidence found in his Jeep, many thought the prosecutors had a weak case. Just when it seemed as if the case couldn't get stranger, Joan Porco said she had allegedly seen a stranger in her driveway weeks before. This led Chris's lawyer to think the mob may have been targeting the family in retaliation for the alleged snitching by Peter's distant relative, Frankie the fireman Porco, a convicted member of New York's mafia. In contrast, Christopher was not the sweet, innocent young man people thought. Police discovered it was him who stole his parents' laptops and later sold them on eBay. The Rochester student even deceived his fraternity brothers, inventing a phony life as a rich kid. He said his grandmother was a wealthy landowner who owned much of the land in Fairfield County, Connecticut. In reality, Chris was flunking out of school and deeply in debt. His extravagant lifestyle was pure fantasy. In the days leading up to the attack, Chris's father discovered that his son had forged his signature to obtain a car loan and a $31,000 loan to pay for school. Peter Porco sent his son a series of angry emails calling him out of control. Joan also wrote to Christopher saying, "Your father and I are extremely upset with your lies. Dad is about to have a nervous breakdown." Broke and desperate, prosecutors believed he wanted to cash in on their $1.1 million life insurance. 19 months after the savage attack that left her husband dead and her life forever disfigured, Joan Porco walked into court side by side with the man accused of the brutal crime, her own son. After 7 weeks and more than 80 witnesses, the jury took less than 6 hours to find Christopher Porco guilty. Although they didn't believe the attacker's account, the one thing jurors wanted Joan Porco to know was that her nod played absolutely no role in their verdict. One juror said, "We believe she didn't know what she was nodding to, that she had no idea what the question was. We threw that out. We dismissed that completely." Christopher Porco was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison. He filed an appeal in February 2009, which was denied, and is currently incarcerated at Clinton Correctional Facility. The killer will not be eligible for parole until December 2052. Joan Porco frequently speaks to Christopher by phone and visits often. In a newly released 911 call from July 2022, you can hear a devastated and frantic mother telling a dispatcher that her 18-year-old son had just accidentally shot his 17-year-old friend.
Hi. I need medical. Okay, 802 Catapult. Let me get medical. Hold on. Okay. Drive fast.
Okay, are you on scene right now?
Call me here. And he just told me that he had accidentally killed his friend, and he's panicking. And I said, call 911 now. He said, no, I can't. I said, call 911 now. And then he hung up on me. And so I'm calling 911, and we are driving now.
Okay. Okay. I want you to go ahead and make sure that we're driving carefully. We don't want to get into an accident. We do have help on the way. Can you give me his name and phone number so I can try to contact him?
Oh my gosh.
Just not that take the girl.
Okay, go to Miss Lindsay. Get Miss Latoya over there now.
Are you able to give me his
number offhand? I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay, is there a way that we could look it up?
He's probably gonna go himself. He's probably.
I want to try to contact him so we can give him some instructions and make sure that he's doing
Ma'am,
okay.
He's gone. He's running. He's gone.
Okay.
He's gone. He's probably going to go himself.
Are you able to look up the phone number?
Yes, hold on. Call Troy and get him over there now. I am. Okay.
And this was your son, you said?
Ma'am, I'm so sorry. Hold on.
That's okay. You're doing a good job. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect with you, but we do have help on the way, okay?
When Castleberry Police, the Seminole County Sheriff's Office, and the Seminole County Fire Department responded to the home, the teen had already left the scene but was quickly located not far from the crime scene. The victim, Isaiah Santiago, was taken to the hospital where he died. According to the Castleberry Police Department, the family of the teen who reportedly shot Santiago said they would speak with an attorney before meeting with authorities. However, in November 2022, 18-year-old Hunter Michael Hill was arrested and charged with manslaughter. It came months after the shooting due to Hill's parents' refusal to cooperate with the investigation. Meanwhile, homicide detectives worked closely with the Seminole County Medical Examiner's Office to gather additional evidence. Lorianne Bakika was reported driving drunk in Oxford, Iowa in March 2012 by her 15-year-old daughter, who was a passenger in the car at the time. She eventually pulled over into a parking lot where a Johnson County Sheriff's deputy was parked and was arrested.
911, location of your emergency.
I was told to call by my dad to tell where we're at, and we are on F28, just getting, stop mom, we are just getting onto the upper old Highway 6 road.
Okay, stay on the line with me here, hon, okay?
Okay. Hon, sit down. Hello?
Okay. We have the police that are trying to help you out there. Are you scared?
How are you talking? Okay.
You can leave the line open, hon, if you don't want to talk on the phone. And if you want to act like you're hanging it up, you can just leave it open, okay? And I can follow you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Who are you talking to? I was talking to 911. Just asked me to call them. Yeah. And there's the sheriff right there. Yep. Okay. Okay, we just drove by the sheriff.
You just drove by the sheriff?
Yeah, we're pulling into the Hummer parking lot. We just pulled in.
Is he pulling you over?
Yeah, he's pulling up behind us. Okay, thank you.
Okay, do you feel safe disconnecting?
Yeah.
Okay, you did a good job, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
Yep.
Lorianne Bakika, who was audible in the 911 call made by her daughter, was busted for driving drunk. The 15-year-old informed the police that her mother was impaired and should not be driving. According to a criminal complaint, the woman stank of alcohol, her balance was below par, and her eyes were red and bloodshot. Despite her daughter's obvious fear, the woman continued to drive on the highway. Eventually, Bakika drove their car off the road into a parking lot where a sheriff's deputy waited to arrest her for drunken driving. The officer found open containers of alcohol in the vehicle, and a breathalyzer test showed that her blood alcohol level was 0.235 BA, nearly 3 times over the state limit. She was taken to the Johnson County Jail, where she was being held on a $5,000 cash-only bond and charged with endangerment without injury, an aggravated misdemeanor, and operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. On April 25th that same year, Bakika was arrested again under similar circumstances, putting her child in danger once more. It is unknown whether her child was taken into welfare custody or if she was sentenced to serve time in prison. Anyone should know how to handle a weapon safely, it's a cop. However, on the night of Saturday, October 29, 2016, this wasn't the case. Lincoln County Sheriff's Deputy Misty Flowers was hosting a Halloween party for some friends at her home on Loop Road in North Carolina. The 38-year-old was showing her service weapon to her friends when she accidentally discharged the gun. The bullet tore through the wall and shot her 11-year-old daughter in the abdomen.
Lincoln County now. What's the address of your emergency?
What's the address? What's the address? All right, ma'am.
Yep.
Ma'am. All right. There's a young child here. She has been shot by a firearm. Her stomach is bleeding out.
Okay, repeat the address to make sure I have it right.
I'll stand at the end of the road. Bring
What's
the
your
emergency vehicle. Okay, the parents here are,
Okay, what's the phone number that you're calling from?
my number is,
Okay, are you with the child now?
yes, I'm sorry, man.
Are you with the child now?
Her parents are with her. Her parents are with her. They're holding her. What's the best thing for us to do, man?
Okay, just apply pressure to the wound. How old is she?
Well, she's probably in her she's probably about 10 or 12 years old. Hey.
Is she awake?
Listen, apply pressure to the wound.
Is she awake? Is she conscious?
Yes, ma'am.
Is she awake?
Get some towels and apply pressure to the wound.
Is she awake?
No. I got it.
Is she awake?
She's awake. She's just in a lot of pain.
Breathing?
Yes, she's breathing. She's been shot in the stomach.
Okay.
Get some towels.
When did this happen? How long ago?
Just now. I called you as soon as it happened.
Okay. Who shot her? Are they nearby?
It was an accident. I'm not sure who shot her. I'm really not sure who shot her. It was just an accident. Okay. Somebody was playing with the firearm.
Okay.
And shot her.
Is she completely alert? Is she responding appropriately to you?
Can you see me? Yeah, she's alert. She's been shot in the stomach, man.
Is there more? Okay. Is there more than one wound? Is it just one wound?
No, just one wound, man.
Okay. We're on the way to you. Just stay on the line. I'm going to tell you what to do, okay?
Please get somebody here.
They're on the way to you. Reassure her that help's on the way.
Need a rag. What do I need to do?
You need a clean, dry cloth, and you need to apply pressure.
Okay, we've been applying pressure.
If she bleeds through that, just put another one on top of it. Okay, just apply pressure on top of it. Don't take it off. Just apply it on top of it. I know it's hard to stay calm, but you're doing really good. Don't give her anything to eat or drink.
I'm sorry people are hollering at you. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You are fine. I understand. It's really scary.
She's bleeding very bad, man.
Just keep the cloth on there. If she bleeds through it, just put another one on top of it and just keep holding pressure on it, okay? Where's the gun? Where's the gun?
The gun is put up, ma'am. The gun is put up. It was an accident.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to find out where it's at. Just keep pressure on the
emergency traffic. The sheriff is here and hollering emergency traffic.
So what?
It's her daughter. The sheriff. There's a sheriff here and it's her daughter.
Okay, I understand that. You told me that. That's fine. But just keep pressure on the wound. This is what I'm concerned about right now. If she bleeds through that cloth, get another cloth and put it on top of that. And do not take that cloth off. Just put another cloth on top of it. Just hold it as tight as possible. It's not going to be comfortable for her, but we're trying to stop the bleeding, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You're doing really good. You're doing really, really good.
Okay, I walk outside because they're serious. I'm trying to be.
You're doing good.
I'm so scared, but I'm trying to be calm. But I walk outside because I don't know what to do. I'm just very scared. But
okay,
there's a cop. Okay, there's an officer here.
Is it another officer that's on the scene other than her?
I'm not sure. Did the officer come?
They're on the way.
There's officers. Go wave at them.
Just make sure somebody's out there to wave them down, okay? You're doing really good.
They're coming. Listen. I understand They're upset and they're just, but she's telling me to stay calm. She's telling me because there's something that's coming.
That's fine that they're upset. It's okay. It's understandable.
Right. But she's telling me they're coming. So let them come. No, I know you're upset. All right, they're putting her in the top car, I think. I don't know what they're doing.
No, tell him to leave. Tell him to leave her there. Tell him to leave her there. Tell them to leave her there. We have paramedics. We have the fire department. We have everybody on the way there. They need to leave her there.
Listen, there's an officer here. How far, do you have an ETA on the emergency vehicle?
No, I don't, but they need to leave her there.
Okay, there's an officer here and they're discussing it. She has a gunshot. It's her daughter, please. Okay.
Is he there with you?
It's the sergeant, apparently.
Have they left with her?
Yes. I'm sorry, I spoke that, but apparently the big sheriff just came and took her to the hospital. She has a gunshot wound. I'm sorry, I'm just upset.
Okay, so they have left with her, right?
Yes, ma'am, to the hospital.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure they knew what's going on, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Responding deputies arrived at their colleague's Loop Road home at 11:23 p.m. and provided first aid. The careless cop's daughter was rushed to hospital in Lincoln, and then she was airlifted to the larger Carolinas Medical Center in Charlotte for surgery. Neighbors knew something was wrong when emergency vehicles began to fill their street. The following day, local resident Clyde Queen told WBTV, "My granddaughter was there until about 5 minutes until 11 last night." Being hard of hearing, next-door neighbor Joanne Helms hadn't heard the gunshot, and knowing that a few children were present at the party, she shared her first thoughts with WBTV, saying, "Maybe one of the kids got hurt because they had a Halloween party and there was running around." When she heard that her neighbor's daughter had been shot, she wondered if the shooter had been caught.
Have they ever caught the one that done it?
She was shocked to learn that the child had been shot by her own mother.
Oh, I don't know what to say. Right now, I don't want to talk no more.
Flowers worked as a deputy at the Lincoln County Courthouse for less than 18 months, and she previously worked for the Catawba County Sheriff's Office. Yet, she failed to follow the 4 rules of basic firearm safety, which are: 1. Always treat a gun as if it were loaded. 2. Never point a firearm at anything unless you intend to shoot it. 3. Keep your fingers off the trigger until you are ready to shoot. 4. Know your target and what is beyond it. Arguably, Flowers failed to abide by all 4 of these rules, and on top of that, police officers are required to keep their service weapons securely locked away when not at use and when in officers' homes. After hearing of such inexcusable behavior of one of his off-duty deputies, Lincoln County Sheriff David Carpenter fired Flowers the following Monday for gross negligence. He then released the following statement: "I find gross negligence and the disregard for the safety of others was displayed in the incident Saturday night, and therefore Officer Flowers was terminated today. This is totally separate from the SBI investigation into the incident that occurred at her residence." The sheriff continued, "During this entire situation, my focus has been on the well-being and condition of the child involved, and am of the understanding the child is going to be okay after the surgery. This is a very tragic situation for all involved, the officer, her family, her career, and everyone that has been touched by this. We continue to pray for healing of the child and the entire family as the investigation continues over the next several days." Thankfully, after emergency surgery, the 11-year-old's condition was stabilized. The sheriff's office policy states that members shall ensure that all office-issued approved firearms and ammunitions are locked and secured while in their homes, vehicles, or any other area under their control, and in a manner that will keep them inaccessible to children and others who should not have access. Further on, the policy warns members should be aware that negligent storage of a firearm could result in civil and criminal liability. The SBI, North Carolina's State Bureau of Investigation, began investigating the case. However, it seems that losing her job and having to live with the fact that she shot her own daughter was enough of a punishment, as there is no record of any criminal charges being pursued. Three separate True 911 calls were made about the same domestic violence incident in Palm Beach, two of which were made by the victim's children. In August 2016, Martha Montoya's children called when their stepfather, Walter Ricardo Lopez Barrios, attacked their mother. 6 hours later, another caller spotted Lopez Barrios full of blood.
Hi, my dad is getting crazy. He's running around with the knife and
He's doing what?
he's running around with the knife around my house.
Okay, what is your address? A house or an apartment?
It's a house.
Okay. Is he threatening anybody?
He hurt my mom. She's bleeding on the floor
Okay, how did he hurt her?
with the knife.
Did he stab her with it?
I don't know. She has blood all over her face. I don't know.
Okay, ask her if he cut her with the knife.
Mami, te pegó con el cuchillo o qué? ¿Cómo fue?
What did she say?
I don't know. She's unconscious.
She's unconscious?
He's coming in the house.
All right, stay on the phone. Can you stay on the phone with me? Hello?
Yes.
Are you able to safely stay on the phone with me?
Hold on. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so you don't know where she's bleeding from?
No.
Has your dad been drinking?
Huh?
Has your father been drinking?
No.
No? Do you know why he's running around with a knife?
No.
Alright, stay on the phone with me. He hasn't been doing any drugs?
I don't know.
Alright, stay on the phone. Has he been diagnosed with any mental health issues? Your location of your emergency. PSO. Reference to a domestic. She said her father's running around with a knife and the mother is bleeding and unconscious, but she doesn't know if she was cut with the knife or stabbed or, exactly where she was bleeding from. All right, what's the address?
Hurry up, I'm scared.
Okay, they're on their way. The police are on their way.
Okay.
Ma'am, are you there?
I'm hiding.
Okay.
In the back.
Are you near
of the house?
Area?
Yes.
Does he know? He doesn't know you're calling?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm scared. My mom's inside my house.
But you don't know where she's bleeding?
Everywhere.
Okay. And she's not conscious at all?
She was gasping for air, but I don't know.
Okay. What's your name, yeah? What's your phone number? Phone number? Alright, you're not in the house, right? Are you in the back shed, in the back of the house?
I'm in the back under the tree.
Under the tree? Okay.
Trailer.
Okay. And that's in the back of the house? Correct?
What?
You're in the back of the house under the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, is there an alleyway to access your house also?
Yes. I heard the car turn on. I think he's sleeping.
Hey, did he have any other weapons besides the knife?
I don't know.
Has he ever done anything like this before?
Have I experienced anything?
From your father doing anything like this before?
No.
Okay. Were they arguing before this happened, you know?
They were actually, yeah.
Okay. All right, we do have several deputies there, but I want you just to stay where you're at until they tell me to have you come out or until they actually come back there, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm so scared. I think my mom is dead. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, we're gonna get her help. We have the paramedics they're probably already there.
I just stand here until you tell me?
Yes. Just because we don't know where your father's at, so I don't want you coming out until, the police either tell me to tell you to come out until, you actually physically see them there.
911 emergency.
Hello? I woke up from a nap and I heard my mom screaming my daughter, and then I grabbed the knife and I woke up my sister, and I saw my stepdad with a hammer, and my mom yelling, and I tried to stab him to stop, and he looked back and he hit me with the hammer, and I didn't know what to do, so I panicked and I ran. I jumped over the fence, and now the cops are here.
Okay, take a deep breath. How old are you?
I'm about to be 13 in 2 days.
Okay. So you saw your father hitting your mother with a hammer? Okay. I need you to take a deep breath, okay?
Can you send the police already? I saw the police, but they just drive fast.
Okay, now they are on the way, but they're trying to get in safely, so nobody else gets hurt. Where is the knife, and who got stabbed?
I don't remember where I put the knife. I think I dropped it because he hit me with the hammer on my arm. I think they probably took my sister and my mom.
Okay, did you stab your father with the knife, you said?
No.
Okay, you did not. Okay.
I don't remember. I think he went in a red truck.
Your father left?
Yeah, because he was chasing me. He was chasing me after I jumped the fence with the hammer. Yeah. Are you sure you're sending them?
Yeah, I'm sending them. Where exactly are you right now? Can you walk?
I ran to the corner up the street, and now I tried to get anybody that was there, and there's these two nice men who helped me, and I told them to get away from over there and to please call somebody to help.
911 emergency. 911.
Yeah. Hello. I'm on
the police or an ambulance?
Say what?
Do you need the police or an ambulance?
Both.
Okay, what's the location?
30. We're at South Lake Drive in Boynton Beach, Florida.
South Lake Drive? What?
South Lake Drive.
Okay.
Yeah, see, the guy's on a bridge. What? This is what street? Mission Hill and South Lake Drive.
Mission Hill? What city are you in?
Boynton Beach, Florida, man.
Sir, calm down. I understand that. I've never heard of those streets, so I'm trying to figure out where you are exactly.
Yeah.
You may be in the city of Boynton. You're at Mission Hill and South Lake, and what do you need?
Mission Hill Road.
I got that. Thank you. And what do you need the ambulance for?
I'm just driving by going to work, and there's a guy on the side of the bridge. He's all scraped up, and his head's all scraped up, and there's he says there's a helicopter flying around the area, but don't look like a sheriff's one, but he said they're after him.
After him?
But he said he wants the police. He wants the police, and he doesn't belong in this neighborhood. He's Mexican.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on one second. I'm just trying to figure out if we're looking for him or if somebody else.
Up a call. Sir, I need you to stay on the phone with me for a second, please.
Oh, my God.
All right, listen, I understand that you have to go to work, but the person you're calling about is somebody that we've been looking for, so I need your help, okay? Boynton is going to be a suspect for a Signal 5, Hispanic male, and he's going to be, sir, do you know what color shirt this guy's got on or any type of
He's got a tank top on.
What color
the
tank top?
helicopter's right over top of him. He's got a tank top on. He's just sitting down, man. He's not trying to do, he's not doing nothing. He's giving up or whatever the case is. But there's a lot of people that walk in this neighborhood. Now there goes another mother walking by him, so I hope he's not dangerous.
Okay. And do you still see him, or have you left?
Yeah, dude, I'm watching. I'm looking at him.
Okay. Well, I can't see what you're seeing.
He's sitting on the bridge. No, babe, I'm just saying he's sitting right next to the bridge. He's not doing nothing but sitting down. And he's all bloody.
Okay, I'm going to keep you on the phone until you physically see a police officer with him, okay?
Oh, well, listen, there's two people here.
Who's two people? I understand that, sir, but we're looking for him for a major crime. Like, you're helping us out big time. We've been looking for him for a long time.
Yeah, they're here.
The police are there?
Yeah, they're here.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are they in uniform or are they in
No, undercover. Undercover.
Okay, let me know when they have him in custody. What kind of car is he in?
A truck and a
what color?
SUV.
What color?
Black.
Black truck, and what color SUV?
Black and black, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know when they're taking him into custody, okay?
Yeah, you got it. Okay, we're good? Hello?
Is he in custody?
Well, they got guns drawn. I'm sure he's not going.
Okay, they got guns drawn on him?
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Okay, I'm disconnecting, okay? Thank you very much for your help. Bye-bye.
Okay.
On the day of the attack, the 56-year-old mother of two asked her husband of 5 years to move out because of overly affectionate behavior towards her daughters. An argument broke out and Lopez Barrios told Montoya, "You better stop before I lose control." But she persisted with the questioning. Montoya's pleas woke up her 12-year-old, who then walked into the room. The Palm Beach man then chased the child out of the home with a sledgehammer. When her 16-year-old sister went to check on her mother, she was also chased out and she hid under a trailer while calling 911. The accused fled the scene in his wife's car but crashed into a barrier near Boynton Beach. During the trial, investigators claimed this was an attempt to kill himself, but his attorney said he lost control of the vehicle. Lopez Barrios was covered in blood and walked away from the accident. He wasn't found for another 6 hours until a man on his way to work called 911 after seeing a bloodied man near a bridge in the neighborhood east of where the truck was found. Lopez Barrios' attorney said after the crash, he started to recall pieces of what had happened that night. According to him, Montoya tried to pick up a gun and threatened to kill him. Additionally, he said the 12-year-old child came into the room with a knife. 3 years later, almost to the day, a jury found Lopez Barrios guilty of first-degree murder. The decision took more than 2 hours of deliberation over 2 days. The murderer showed no emotion or reaction to the verdict, which he heard through a Spanish-language interpreter. He was sentenced to life in prison. Neither of the two separate GoFundMe pages set up for donations to her daughters have any updates on the girls. In the early morning hours of February 16, 2016, 20-year-old Ezra Simon Daniels woke up in his car in a Walmart parking lot in White House, New Jersey, with no recollection of how he got there. He became distraught when he noticed he was covered in blood and immediately dialed 911. When police arrived at his location, they found him still bloody, but with no wounds that could be found upon initial examination.
What's going on?
Okay. 911 emergency, 122.
Reddington, this is Somerset County with a transfer. I have a caller on the line, Ezra. He's in an Audi in the parking lot of Walmart. He doesn't remember how he got there, but he woke up in the vehicle, and he says he's covered in blood.
Okay, what Walmart?
I'm not wearing any shoes.
Okay, what Walmart are you at?
The one by the Polar Cub.
Okay. You don't remember how you got there?
I have no idea, sir.
He said he was leaving from his grandmother's house at 115 Reddington Road. That's what he remembers last.
Well, I don't remember it. I just assume that's where I came from.
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Ezra.
How do you spell that?
EZRA.
What's your last name?
Simon, SIMON, with a hyphen and Daniels.
Okay, and your phone number is...
Yes.
And
the last thing I remember, I had pizza and I was watching television and I went to bed.
Okay, and you're bleeding from where?
I'm not bleeding, I don't think, from anywhere I checked. But there's blood all over.
All over what?
Me, my legs, my feet, and my hands.
Okay, can you hold on 1 second for me? I'm going to send someone out to you. Hold on 1 second.
All right. I don't have my identification with me. It must be at home.
Okay,
I don't know.
Hold on 1 second.
And what was your name again, sir?
I'm operator 122. I'm going to send someone out. Just stay on the phone.
Thank you.
Hold on. Okay, you don't. What is your last memory?
I was having pizza. And
pizza where?
In the living room of my house.
Last memory was having pizza at his house and then went to bed. What kind of car are you in?
An Audi.
What kind of Audi? Is it your car?
No, this is my grandparents' car. The A something.
Where do your grandparents live? And what is your address?
I live there.
Okay. Okay, what's your date of birth?
August 15th, 1995.
08/15/95. Okay, I'm gonna stay on the phone until someone gets there. Do you see anything else in the car? I mean, is there anything?
There's nothing.
There's
a pouch kind of thing on the back seat and some tissues and the cup holder kind of thing that would come down from the back seat is out and the trunk is exposed.
So what's in the trunk?
I can't see the lights are not on, but I don't know. I don't know what's in the trunk. I can check if you'd like.
Well, no. I mean, I just stay in the car. It's really cold. And is the car running or no?
Yeah, the car's on still.
Okay. So your last memory was having pizza. You don't remember anything at all?
The only thing I remember before that, I was playing guitar a little bit and practicing scales.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to try to find your driver's license. Hold on. Okay. I have your license. Let me see. I have someone coming out to you. Do you think you took something that would have made you forget something? Have you been sick or?
The only thing I would have taken was a melatonin supplement the night before last.
Okay. But besides your grandparents being there, where was there a friend over? Was there?
No, I haven't seen anyone in a while.
Okay. What's your grandparents' phone number?
The house number, the cell.
The house. You woke up in the car, correct?
That's correct.
You woke up in the car.
Yeah.
And it was running. Is it damaged anywhere?
I haven't gotten out to check.
Well, can you tell based on being in the car? Do you see is there any damage anywhere?
No.
Hold on.
Can someone get Amber 5? I'm kind of on the They weren't. They called me first.
Okay. I mean, the car is running, are there any, like, indicator lights that show that there might be a problem, or airbags go off? Nothing?
No.
No? Okay, when you look at yourself, like your face and stuff, do you see anything, like, broken, or?
No, there's blood spattered on it.
You don't have shoes on?
I don't have any shoes.
And there's blood on your feet?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stay on the phone. Someone's coming out to you. Just
Thank you.
Hold on 1 second.
I got the seat heaters on, but I'm like shaking.
Okay, was the heat on in the car?
It's on 71, and the seat heater is on.
And the car's running?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just turn the heat up.
Thank you.
On the car. I'm going to be here. Just hold on 1 second. Okay, you still cold?
No, I'm much warmer now. Thank you.
Okay. Do you see...
2213, 1023.
Okay, do you see a police car?
Description of the vehicle. 4712.
Hold on 1 second.
4712.
Yeah, I do.
You do see a police car?
I do see it, yeah.
Okay, I'll stay on the phone until he comes to your car.
Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome. You see 2 cars?
Yeah, I do see 2 cars.
Okay, very good. I'm going to let you go.
All right.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Police officers from multiple towns in New Jersey arrived at the house where Ezra Simon Daniels lived with his grandparents, Louis and Betty Simon, 78 and 65 years old respectively. Upon entering the home, police found the elderly couple in their bed, both declared dead at the scene due to major blunt force trauma to their heads. The weapon was later identified as an aluminum baseball bat belonging to Ezra. The then 20-year-old was arrested 2 days later and charged with first-degree murder for the double homicide of his grandparents. Since the time of his arrest, Ezra Simon Daniels has gone through multiple competency hearings to determine if he is able to stand trial. While initial hearings did find him competent, additional psychiatric evaluations determined that he actually was not competent. It has been inferred that if he does stand trial, he would have difficulty participating in his defense due to his lack of memory regarding the killings. In addition, Simon Daniels has been diagnosed with schizophrenia and hallucinations and is in need of long-term care. No trial has taken place as of the time of this video. In August 2015, Gilbert Flores' mother called 911, saying her son had gone crazy and was abusing his wife and baby. During the call, Flores shouts that he has a knife and they're going to have to kill him because it's his time to go. Flores was out on parole at the time of the incident. His criminal record includes aggravated robbery and criminal trespassing charges.
County 911, what is the address of the emergency?
24414 Walnut Pass. Please send the police over here. My son has gone crazy and he beat up his wife and she's bleeding.
24414 Walnut Pass?
Walnut Pass, yes, please.
Okay, I do see a call on here right now. What exactly was going on?
My son, he's gone crazy. I think he's on drugs. I'm not sure, but he's gone crazy.
Okay, is he black, white, or Hispanic?
Hispanic.
Okay, what kind of clothing is he wearing today?
Pardon me?
What kind of clothing is he wearing today?
He's wearing a muscle shirt and some shorts.
What colors are they?
Gray. The shirt is gray and the pants and the shorts, I don't know.
Where is he right now?
He's in the house, but I just want him out of here. He beat her up and the baby.
Okay, right now? That happened right now?
Yes, about 20 minutes ago. He's gone crazy.
Okay, and this is your son, and he beat up his girlfriend and the baby?
No, his wife. his wife is his wife, and he tore up the marriage license and everything. He's breaking everything in the room. And he's got a knife. He's got a knife.
He's got a knife right now? Was he trying to use it against anyone?
I'm sorry?
Was he trying to use the knife against anyone right now?
What? Because I'm going to kill you. You're going to have to kill me. I promise you that. It's my time to go. I'm talking. I want to hear what she has to say.
I don't want you to hear what I have to say.
Tell somebody hang up.
Send somebody, please.
I know. I have the call in. I want you to stay on the line with me, though, okay? If you need to, go ahead and get into a different room. Stay away from them, okay?
Sir, I didn't hear because he's yelling. I'm sorry.
I got a knife, and I'm going to that cop. So he's going to bring us to our team, or whoever's going to get ready to pull the trigger, because I'm going to die today.
Okay, just go ahead and stay in a different room from him, okay?
He's here in my room.
Okay, if you need to, you can go to a different room. I want you to stay away from him, okay?
Okay.
Does he have any guns or just the knife?
Not that I know of. He's only got a big knife.
$100,000. I didn't take that much. Mom told me this is what it started off. She said, the Durant in this house, we're getting the other house, and Feather's getting away with the Yoki, and I'm getting $6,000. Nobody said that. Mom said that. Mom told me that. She didn't do that. That's what started yesterday. No, she didn't do it. She did. She's only 45 years old.
Okay, ma'am, what is your name?
My name is Carmen Flores.
Time for me to go.
Okay, Miss Flores, it's getting difficult to hear you. Are you able to get to a different room where they're not arguing?
I'm sorry?
Are you able to get to a different room where they're not arguing?
Yes.
Okay. Is anyone there going to need an ambulance?
And his wife is bleeding. Don't send an ambulance. My husband said don't send an ambulance. Drive her to the hospital.
Don't send an ambulance.
My dad passed away in '89, and he's just mad, and he tore the Bible, and he says that he just cursing. And he pushed me out of the way. And as soon as I left the room, he beat her up again. She was screaming, and I went, and she was bleeding. She was on the ground. Please.
Okay,
please.
yeah, I know. I'm going to stay on the line with you until the officers get out there. The call's already in for them to go out to you, okay? You don't have to worry about time, all right?
Okay, thank you.
It's not going to slow anything down. Stay on the line with me, okay?
Why? Why do I have to? I have to go see that she's okay. She went in the bathroom.
Okay, you can go check on them, but I'd like you to stay on the phone if you can, okay? That way, if anything changes, I can be on the line with you to go ahead and tell the officers.
Okay. But he's ready to die, he said, that they can shoot.
I know. I heard.
He's gone crazy.
And what is his name?
He's yelling at his dad.
What is his name? What is your son's name?
Gilbert.
It's Gilbert Flores, CDC number 119929. I'm on parole. So I'm not going back to prison. I'm going to die today. So you better get ready. Somebody to pull the trigger. So you better might as well get.
You don't have to talk to him. Just to stay away from him, okay?
No, you. I'm talking to you. What the is wrong with you? You can't tell me. I'm talking to you.
Move.
Because that's the same way I'm going to be when they get here. There ain't no turning back from this, homeboy. I did 10 years in the penitentiary, maximum security penitentiary.
If you can get into a room where you can just lock it in so that you don't have to be in the same room with him, that'll help, okay?
He's following me around.
She's got a bathroom in her room that she can lock herself into.
There's blood all over the floor. I don't know what happened, but she was bleeding. She's trying to clean herself. Oh, God.
Did he go into a different room?
Yes, I'm in my bathroom.
Okay. All right. And what was his date of birth?
His date of birth. May 17, 1974. My husband is worried about me because I just had back surgery July 14th. He thinks he might have hurt me, but I'm okay.
Okay. You're okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, that's good to hear.
He just pushed me out of the way and kept screaming at me.
And Miss Flores, what was your first name?
Carmen.
Carmen? Carmen, okay.
I didn't want to call you up, but it's no reason for him to do that to her.
No, this sounds pretty serious. It's probably a good reason for cops to go out there, okay? And especially for the ambulance so they can check out the daughter and the baby, okay?
Yes, my husband gets mad because they charge 150 or 20, I don't know how much. Even if they take somebody into the hospital or not, they still charge us. Because I've had episodes, I'm a diabetic, and I won't go to the hospital, and then they call the ambulance, and then they went ahead and charged us to the same charge. So my husband doesn't want no ambulance for that reason. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry. Oh, God, why does this happen? He even cursed God and tore the Bible. Oh, that is so nice. I told him he's the devil and it's in him. And he gets even madder. He cursed a lot. He said that all of that is not true. Oh. And he says he won't go back to prison. He'd rather die. He served for 10 years.
Okay.
He's always been very hot-tempered. Very hot-tempered.
Okay. And do you think he's going to be staying there, or do you think he might leave?
He has to leave. We don't want him here anymore.
No, I'm asking you, do you think he might try to leave right now, or do you think he's going to be staying there?
He's staying because he wants it out with the police.
Okay. In case he does leave, do you know if he has a vehicle there?
Yes, he does.
Okay. What kind of vehicle what does he use?
It's a black 2015. He just bought it. 2015. I think it's a Nissan or something like that. I don't know.
Black 2015 Nissan? Is it a car or a truck?
It's a car. It's a car. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Do you know where in the house he is right now?
In the front room. As you go into the left, a foyer, and then the left. But there's blood all over on the floor. It drops and knocked all the way to the room where he hit her. And she was bleeding a lot. And she went in the bathroom, and she was trying to get a bath and bathe the baby so she can go home to her mom and dad.
Okay. All right.
She screamed a couple of times, and he was just waiting for me to get out to keep beating her. Because he threw all her clothes on the bed and told her to leave. Said, this is his house. This is not his house. This is our house.
Okay. All right, Carmen. I'm going to go ahead and let you go for now. The officers are on their way. If anything changes, you can call me back. Just try to stay away from him. You can stay in the bathroom if you want, okay? Just do whatever keeps you safe.
And what's your name?
My name is Will.
Will, thank you so much for your help.
No problem. If anything changes, just call me back, okay?
I will. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
God bless you. Bye.
When officers arrived at the house, Flores refused instruction to surrender. The 41-year-old adamantly told police he was not going back to prison and said they would have to shoot him. During this time, he also attempted to stab them and chase the officers around the yard. In the witness video, a neighbor says that Flores wants the deputies to shoot him, that he says he wants to die. Attempts to use a stun gun against him didn't work because he blocked them with chairs. A couple of minutes later, Flores heads for their SUV, seemingly to get a weapon out of the vehicle. As he backs away and raises both hands in the air, a sign of surrendering, deputies shoot him. After the incident, both deputies were placed on paid leave and later acquitted from all charges. However, in 2017, U.S. District Judge Robert Pittman ruled that the two sheriff deputies will face civil trial for excessive force. Pittman said had the deputy shot at Flores minutes earlier, he may have dismissed it. But the man was stationary with his hands in the air at the time of the shooting. The Flores family is also suing the state. A 17-year-old Gilbert teen called 911 in October 2015, out of breath and panicked after she had witnessed her housemate shooting her mom. Initially, the teen was told to calm down by the dispatcher but managed to keep her composure later in the call.
You shot my mom and my best friend.
911, where is your emergency?
My roommate just shot my mom and my best friend.
What is the address?
955 East Windsor Drive.
Okay, 955 East Windsor Drive in Gilbert. Who shot who?
My roommate shot my mom. Somebody does me.
Okay, is your mother breathing?
I don't know. I ran out of the house.
Where's your roommate?
I think he stole my house.
What's your roommate's name?
Matt Crane.
Matt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt Crane.
What's his date of birth?
8/26 of 80.
Okay. And what's he wearing?
He's wearing a black shirt and white basketball shorts.
Okay. What race is he? White, black, Hispanic, Asian?
He's white.
Hair color?
Brown.
How tall is he?
5'6", 5'8".
Okay. How much does he weigh?
220.
Where are you running off to?
I'm at my neighbor's house.
What's your neighbor's address?
What's your address?
Okay. And he did not follow you? You're safe in the house?
I believe so.
Okay. Is he aware you called police?
Yeah.
What made him do this to your mom?
We told him that he had to move out on the 31st.
Okay.
Please, can you send an ambulance?
We're on the way. We're lights and sirens on the way. We're not slowing down, okay? So those argument over telling him he has to move out, okay? Is that right?
Excuse me?
He had to move out. That's why he got angry?
Yeah.
Who else is in the house?
Just them two. He's not everyone there.
Where's your mom in the house?
She's upstairs in the doorway of her bedroom.
Okay, she's in the upstairs bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay, take a deep breath for me, okay? You're doing great.
The girl's 17-year-old boyfriend, Alex Tamborski, and her mother, 43-year-old Stacy Stewart, were both shot by 35-year-old Matthew Crane after he was told to move out. During an argument with the mother, police records say he threatened Stewart's daughter with a gun, and she told her mother of the threats. The teen and her boyfriend, Tamborski, hid in separate bedrooms. The call didn't mention when the teenage boy was shot, but he was declared dead on the scene. Stacy Stewart was transported to the hospital, where she later died from her injuries. After the shooting, Crane fled the scene. Soon after, a second call came in from a neighbor who had heard footsteps near their bedroom door. The neighbor told the dispatcher she saw some bushes moving in the backyard of the home next door and that a police helicopter was hovering overhead. The dispatcher told the couple to stay inside. 6 hours later, Crane was found walking close to a canal near Williams Field and Ashland Ranch roads. Police say the 35-year-old made an obscene gesture at police and ran away. But when he put his hand inside his shorts, they perceived it as a threat. Dramatic body cam footage shows the moment they shot at him. After hiding behind a gazebo, Crane fell to the ground before being arrested by police. Later, officials found out he was not armed. Although the teenager said there hadn't been explosive arguments before, court's records show Crane had threatened to kill his former girlfriend. He also admitted he had a problem with anger management and alcohol.
He nearly killed my mother, choked her, especially using meth. He was very violent and angry and just wasn't the same guy. The Matt I used to know probably died 2 years ago.
A former friend, Matt Pasonin, said his mother dated the shooter for about 7 years until he tried to choke her. Crane had just been released from his 3 years of probation for the 2013 amended charge of criminal trespassing and threatening and intimidating as a domestic violence offense. Stewart's daughter told investigators that Crane was acting erratically before the incident and may have been under the influence of drugs. In 2016, the 35-year-old pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder, burglary, aggravated assault, and misconduct involving weapons for the murder of Stacy Stewart and Alex Tamborski. He was handed 2 concurrent terms of life in prison. When a dispatcher answered Matthew J. Ponomarenko's call last month, she was shocked at his admission. The 31-year-old was at his home, 4700 block of Russell Avenue in Parma, Ohio, when he killed his 5-year-old son, Jax.
911, what's the address to your emergency? Oh, okay, and the phone number you're calling from with area code, please? And what's the problem? Tell me exactly what happened.
I just killed my son.
What do you mean you just killed your son?
I'm hearing voices.
Oh, okay. How old's your son?
6.
Where's your son now?
He's dead.
Dead where?
In the living room.
All right. Do you have any weapons?
Can you just send in cops?
Yeah, we're doing that now. What's your name?
Matt Ponomarenko.
I'm sorry, the first name?
Matt.
Matt? Spell your last name for me, Matt.
Ponomarenko.
What's your son's name?
Jax.
Jack?
Jax, Jax.
And you said you're hearing voices?
Yes.
All right, how did you kill your son?
With a baseball bat.
You killed him with a baseball bat?
Mm-hmm.
And why did you kill him with a baseball bat?
I don't know.
Was there anyone else there with you and him?
No.
Okay. All right, Matt, we've got some units on the way, okay? I want you to stay on the phone with me. And when did you do that? Matt, when did you kill your son? Matt?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
I'm shaking.
I understand. When did this happen, Matt? When did this happen? Okay, Matt, do you have any other weapons in the home?
No.
And when did this happen? Okay. And when did this happen, Matt? Matt, you still there with me?
On Monday, March 25th, the Parma community held a vigil for the little boy, who Steps Academy teachers described as a blessing who loved singing and music. They remembered how much joy he brought to his teachers and classmates. His older brother also shared a heartbreaking message. His family was often inconsolable during the 2-hour-long vigil, but laughter at the memories of the cheerful child was also shared. His uncle said that knowing a child with autism teaches you that love needs no words, asking that any future contributions are made to the Autism Society in Jax's honor. Samantha Cherney, the victim's mother, could not share a message herself, so her girlfriend Leah read it out. after which the accused's father, the victim's grandfather, spoke briefly. Investigations into the accused brought charges of child endangerment from July 2017 to light. The reporters say police found Ponomarenko and Jax, who was 1 year old at the time, naked near Pleasant Lake Boulevard and York Road. Matthew Ponomarenko's mother called the police and said her son was having a mental breakdown and was swearing and running after people who drove past him. He later admitted to officers that he had taken meth, psychedelic mushrooms, and PCP. He was arrested and taken to hospital for treatment while Jax was in a relative's custody. Ponomarenko eventually pleaded no contest to child endangering and was found guilty. He was ordered to pay fines. Despite this incident, Cuyahoga County spokeswoman Mary Louise Madigan says the county's Department of Children and Families closed out an investigation into Ponomarenko and had no contact with the family since 2019. Madigan says they had worked with the family on parenting skills. Ponomarenko has been charged with 1 count of aggravated murder. During his arraignment, which was held virtually, he appeared in a protective vest. He barely spoke, except to answer yes or no to Judge Spanegel's questions. Spanagel says both the death penalty and life without parole are possible. The case is being bound over to the grand jury, and Ponomarenko will remain in custody. A calm and collected Chandler woman called 911 in January 2018 to tell the dispatcher that she had strangled her 80-year-old mother. 59-year-old Elizabeth Ramirez said she had snapped after an argument.
911, where is your emergency?
I need someone to come to. My mother's dead, and I strangled her. Yes.
Okay. Hold on one second. Let me get. How do you know she is deceased?
Well, I'm hoping she is.
Okay. Hold on one second. Why did you do that?
Because she kept telling me that I'm mentally insane.
Okay.
And I'm not getting a pulse, and she's not fogging a mirror.
Okay, hold on one second, honey.
And she's 81 years old.
81? Okay, honey. Is there any weapons in the house?
No.
Okay. Okay, so no weapons. Where is she at, honey?
She's on the bed.
Okay. Are you sure she doesn't have a pulse?
I tried, but I'm not a medical expert.
Okay, are you opening the garage?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm just standing out in the front yard.
Okay. What is your name, honey?
Elizabeth Ramirez, and I am her caregiver.
Ramirez. Okay, that's not your mom, or that is your mom?
She is my mom.
Okay. Okay, let me get you to the fire department, okay, honey? Hold on one second, okay?
Okay.
Honey, they're going to ask you the address to repeat it. You have to
Fire
tell them
department
the fire.
locates the emergency.
Say it again.
Oh, fire department.
It is a house.
Okay, and what's going on there?
My mother may be dead.
Okay, somebody else has already called us about this. What happened?
It was me that called.
Okay, well, what happened there?
I killed her.
Okay, what do you mean? What, is she
Strangled her.
breathing? Is she breathing?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you need to start CPR on her if she's not.
I ain't starting CPR on her.
Why not?
Because she has tormented her entire family.
Okay, ma'am, is there anybody there that can do this?
No.
Are you by yourself with her?
Yes.
Okay, Petey, you're responding?
We are, yes, we are, fire.
Okay, ma'am, I would highly recommend you start CPR on her if you could, please.
I can't.
Okay, and how old is your mom?
81.
Okay, and she hasn't been sick with anything? No illnesses?
She's a hypochondriac.
All right, Petey, let us know. We're going to stage on this call, okay?
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, Elizabeth?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to stay on the phone with you, okay, honey? Okay, are you sure you don't want to do anything for your mom?
I do not want to do anything for my mom.
Okay, and you're out in the front yard?
Well, now I'm back in the house, but the garage door is open.
Okay. Where are you at in the house?
I'm in the kitchen.
Okay, honey. What is your mom's name?
Bertha Hermosillo Gutierrez.
How do you spell that second name?
Gutierrez.
Okay. When did you do this, honey?
It's within the last half hour.
The last half hour? Okay.
Yes.
Is she blue?
Yeah, she's discolored.
Okay.
But you can't really tell because she always keeps the windows all shut.
Okay.
But she has not moved.
Okay. And you said she is 81, right?
Yes. Okay. Well, she'll be 81 January 25th.
Okay. Okay, honey.
I'm the sole caregiver, and there is no one to help me.
Okay. You don't have any sisters or brothers?
They have abandoned her.
Okay. Do they still speak with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, my brother in Colorado does, but she has a son that just is only in contact with her when he needs money.
Okay.
And so she puts me between them.
Okay. And what was your mom doing earlier today?
I needed to borrow the keys to the car, and she refused me.
Okay. And then that's when it happened?
And I questioned her, why did she have me walk all the way to the house?
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't she just call me and tell me she wasn't going to let me use the keys to the car? And she says, well, take the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And then she proceeded to tell me how ill I am, how mentally ill I am. And I snapped.
Okay.
Because she's been telling me that since I was old enough to speak.
Okay. I have plenty of help coming for you, okay? And it's just the two of you, right? Everybody,
yes.
Your family members are out of state, correct?
Well, the brother, I have his line blocked, and my other brother is in Colorado, and I really don't want to dump this on the rest of the family. It's really my problem.
Elizabeth, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Okay, I don't want anything in your hands, but you can keep the phone, but I want you to step out do you want to go back out through the garage?
Yeah, someone's knocking at the door.
Oh, they're knocking on your front door? Okay.
Someone in here?
What happened?
I'm going to let...
She's on the bed. You're going to go ahead and hang up? Where? In the bedroom. Where's that? Just keep going straight to the right. Okay, are you going to hang up?
Is the officer with you, Elizabeth?
They're asking what the officer that's with me.
Okay, you listen to the officer's commands, okay? I'm going to let you go, okay?
When responding officers arrived at the house near Rural Road and Chandler Boulevard, the daughter led them to Bertha Gutierrez's body, which was in a bed. Paramedics declared the elderly lady dead on arrival. Ramirez told the police it wasn't premeditated, but she couldn't take her mother calling her mentally ill anymore. The woman claimed she had walked about a mile to her mother's house to borrow her car. They allegedly got into a mutual altercation when Gutierrez wouldn't let her take the vehicle. Ramirez's neighbor said she was not that kind of person. She was kind and thoughtful. The neighbor would never have expected the 59-year-old to kill her own mother. Court documents say Ramirez was arrested for a DUI the day before the incident, and she may have been in an altered state when she strangled her mother. Elizabeth Ramirez was jailed on suspicion of second-degree murder with her bond set at $1 million. Further details of her trial have not been published. In a heartbreaking 911 call made by a 5-year-old boy in January 2016, he calmly tells the operator both his parents had been shot and were dead. The call came from the family's Chattanooga home in Tennessee around 10:30 p.m. on January 31st.
Hamilton County, 911, Jarrett.
At East 14th Street.
What's the address?
My daddy and my mama got shot.
You say your brother and your mama's doing what?
My mama and my daddy got shot.
They're fighting?
No. This dude shot them.
What's your address?
I don't know.
Are you on East 13th Street?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and what happened?
My daddy and my mama got shot.
Okay, who there with you right now?
Nobody.
You know who did it?
No, but can you come?
What's your name?
Huh?
How old are you?
5.
Okay, where is your mom and dad at right now?
At East 14th Street in the house.
They're where?
At East 14th Street at the house.
Okay, where are you?
I'm at home with them.
You, your mom and your dad is the only one there?
Uh-huh. And they got shot.
Okay, where? Who do you know who did it? You just came home. Where were you?
I was still at home and I started crying.
So is nobody there with you?
No. Can you tell the police officers to come?
Yes, I got them on the way to you now. Okay.
Okay.
Stay on the phone with me.
Okay.
Till they get there. Are they talking to you?
No, they did.
You saying both of them?
Uh-huh. And I'm by myself.
Okay, just stay on the phone with me. Let me know if somebody knock on your door, okay? What is that, the TV?
Yes, I'm watching TV.
Who is that talking? Hello?
When officers arrived at the family's home in the 2100 block of East 13th Street, they found 25-year-old Lakita Hicks and 24-year-old George Dillard dead. Their son was unharmed. Records indicate that the young father had belonged to the 52 Bloodstone Villain street gang, but police said it was unclear at that stage of the investigation whether the double homicide stemmed from a rival gang dispute. The only witness to the shooting was their 5-year-old child. The double homicide came after several recent shootings with suspected gang ties. Less than a week earlier, 20-year-old Thomas Simmons was fatally shot while walking down the street. 2 other people also were victims of a drive-by shooting over the same weekend. Both survived. In 2012, Dillard was shot along with another person but survived. The 24-year-old man leaves behind 3 young children, including the 5-year-old boy, who now lives with family members. In an interview on the 5th anniversary of the double murder, Hicks' uncle, Eric Terry, said they still don't have any answers. No suspects have been arrested to date. In April 2018, William Bill Bishop was found unconscious in his Durham home theater with a dog leash wrapped around his neck and died 3 days later. His 16-year-old son, Alexander, was accused of murder.
Durham 911, what's the address of your emergency?
3411 Dover Road.
Okay, repeat that address for me, sir, to make sure I'm correct.
3411 Dover Road.
Are you saying Dover?
Dover, yes, D-O-V-E-R.
Yes, sir. Okay, is this a house or an apartment?
House.
Okay, tell me exactly what's happening.
I think my dad is dead. I think my dog got his collar wrapped around his throat, and his face was purple, and his heart's not beating.
You're saying your dog or your dad?
My dad is dead, but I think my dog got his leash wrapped around my dad's throat.
Okay.
Because I walked in there, and he was tied to his neck, and
Are you able to remove the leash from around your father's neck?
I already did.
Okay. And are you with your father now?
No, I don't have cell service in that room.
Okay. And how old is your father?
59.
Was he awake?
No. Awake?
Yes, is he awake?
No, I think he's dead.
Okay. Okay, I'm sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line.
Okay.
If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now in case we need it later. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Listen carefully. Are you right by him now?
No, I can't stay on the line with you if I go into the room with him because I have no cell service in that room.
Okay, is there another phone that you could possibly use?
No, nothing has service in that room. It's like a
Okay,
bunker.
because I want you to lay him flat on his back to check his airway to see if he...
William Bishop moved to North Carolina in 2008 to study city and regional planning at UNC Chapel Hill, where he was awarded his doctorate in May. The millionaire was allegedly found by his son in the basement of the Durham home, with the dog leash wrapped 3 times around his neck, and the family dog still attached to the lead. He was taken to hospital where he died 3 days later, autopsy reports stating that his cause of death was ligature strangulation. However, when EMS arrived on the scene, William was in a chair, unconscious, and the leash was not wrapped around his neck, nor was it attached to the dog. According to the search warrant, Alexander reported that his father was leading a troublesome love life, having just gone through a divorce and recently having issues with his new girlfriend. Sharon and Bill Bishop's divorce was finalized April 6, less than 2 weeks before the son's 911 call. Julie Seal, the girlfriend of the deceased, sought and succeeded in securing temporary control of his estate to protect his assets and millions of dollars. Alexander was arrested in February 2019 and charged with the high-profile homicide of his Durham developer father, William Bishop, who was a well-known figure both in his hometown and the Tampa Bay, Florida area. However, these charges were dropped and changed from homicide to undetermined nearly 5 months later due to insufficient evidence. The defense had also stated that the autopsy in 2018 had revealed that William had blockages in his left artery, suggesting that he could have died from a cardio attack. However, a revised autopsy in 2020 revealed amendments made to the original report, including significant changes regarding the dog leash. The original report had stated that Alexander had found William unconscious with the dog leash wrapped around his neck. However, the amended report says that William was found unresponsive, possibly with a dog leash on his neck. This surprising turn of events means that the future is unclear for the case and that charges against Alexander may be refiled. "57-year-old Rita Camilleri was stabbed over 100 times before being brutally decapitated by her own daughter, Jessica Camilleri, in their Sydney home in July 2019. Jessica, covered in her mother's blood, asked a neighbor to call the police.
Hello, this is Alison from Police Emergency. We just received a call from this number.
Yes, I need you to get the ambulance and the police out here immediately.
To which address?
Please come. I need you. This is our immediate life or death situation.
Which suburb or town is that in?
St. Clair.
Okay, so St. Clair, and what's the nearest crossroad, please?
What's the nearest one? Listen, can you talk to the neighbour? I'm flustered. Can you just talk to him? Could you? Because my hand's bleeding. Yeah. Thank you. Can you talk to him? Oh, my finger's broken. I can't.
It's all right.
Okay, talk to him.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah.
What's happened?
I don't know. We was just at home, but she just come in screaming for help, and when suddenly I opened the door, she said, just help me and call the police or ambulance. And she said to me, she had a fight with her mom, I think.
Okay.
My mum tried to stab me and I killed her, I think.
So did she just say her mum tried to stab her?
I don't know, because of the...
Yes.
Yeah.
With a knife. And in self-defense, I think I killed her. Yes. Can you tell him to come immediately?
Yeah, can you please just come immediately, please?
Okay, so she believes that she may have killed her mother.
Yes.
Yeah, she said like this, yeah.
Yes.
And where is this at? Is that where you are at the moment?
Sorry, who, me?
Yeah, so where are you at the moment?
I'm in
Oh, okay, but she's...
Yeah.
Is she with you at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah, she's in the front yard of my house.
Okay, all right. So how old's her mother?
How old is your mother?
My mum's dead, I think.
But how old is she?
57.
57. So is she not conscious?
Nah.
I stabbed her because she tried to kill me.
Okay, and you didn't check if she was breathing?
No, we can't
Could you
go
come
there.
to the house? There's a kid in there. Could you come with me, please?
No, I can't go. Sorry about that. Nah.
Okay. There's a kid, a 4-year-old kid
Yeah,
on
no.
the phone in the house.
And is her mother severely bleeding?
No, because we didn't go to her house because I'm outside of my house because I can't go there.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so do you know what the lady's name is?
And my fingers are broken. My
Yeah,
fingers are broken.
her mother was just his name, her name.
Jessica Camilleri.
Is that your name? Is that the lady's name who called?
Yes, yes. Can I talk to her? Lady, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Your name's
My
Jessica?
My fingers are broken.
Okay.
Mum has had enough of me because I admit I've been a challenge and this ongoing thing's been going for months. Anyway, she had enough of me. I grabbed the knife off her because I thought she was going to stab me, so I stabbed her back. And I was so heated up with anger, I just kept stabbing and stabbing and stabbing her. And I took off her head. Her head is, I ran to my neighbour, not this neighbour, my other neighbour before this one, who's on the other side. He was at work. I told him to call the ambulance and the police immediately. He's going to do so, but no one's at home because everyone in the family is at work now. Okay. So he wasn't much help. He said, all I can do is I'll call the police and the ambulance to my address, and I thought it was going to take a bit of time, so I ran to my other neighbour on the other side. Okay. And I had my mum's head in my hand. I know this sounds insane, but I was taking it for evidence to show the neighbour. In the struggle, in the frustration, I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay, what type of knife was it?
There was all sorts of knives. There was about 7 knives I was stabbing her with. A few of the knives broke. When that knife broke, I got another one and did the same.
Where's the knives now?
They're all in the kitchen. There's blood everywhere. There's blood everywhere. Yeah.
And you're outside the house?
Yes. Yes. The ambulance and the police have rocked up. Do you want to stay on the phone?
No, that's okay. What's your phone number, Jessica?
Look, you're better off. This is my mum's phone number, but my mum's not here anymore, okay? She's gone.
Okay, what's your date of birth?
October 12th, 1993. Over here.
All right, I'll let you go speak to the police.
Yeah, hang up, okay?
Okay, bye.
I can't, I'm full of blood.
27-year-old Jessica Camilleri reportedly suffered from various mental disorders, and the knowledge that her mother was committing her to a mental health facility, combined with the fact that the two had gotten Red Rooster takeout. An altercation reportedly broke out when Rita denied getting Jessica the second delivery of food. Jessica's anger over being locked away in a mental home bubbled over. She attacked her sole caregiver and her only friend, her mother, in a manner that has been described as the most horrible death imaginable. These acts were later claimed to be inspired by her alleged obsession with horror movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. According to detectives, Camilleri reportedly spent a lot of time calling on strangers telephonically and intimidating them with horror-inspired threats to cut off their heads and shred them. Police statements say that Camilleri initially claimed self-defense, stating that her mother had attacked her first by having her sent back into a mental facility, but this was quickly discarded. Jessica Camilleri was arrested and charged with murder but pleaded not guilty. She contended that she was powerless against her complex and overlapping psychiatric disorders, such as autism, intellectual disabilities, and explosive disorder that allegedly took control of her that fatal night. The charge was then reduced to manslaughter due to the severity of her mental impairments. The prosecution also found that Camilleri was not at all remorseful about her actions. After the ghastly assault, she reportedly only showed concern for herself and future well-being. She did not express any sorrow or remorse for her mother. In March 2021, Jessica Camilleri was sentenced to 21 years and 7 months in prison for the brutal decapitation of her mother. Jessica's sister, Christy Torrisi, spoke on behalf of their family, stating that Jessica was offered mental help countless times, but always refused and said that they are not on her side and that she will never forgive her for her actions.
Never. I will never forgive or forget what has happened. I have to live with a little boy that has to live with that trauma for the rest of his life, and I am absolutely no way forgiving her.
Thankfully, some of the emergency calls made by children are adorable instead of devastating, and this is one of them. This call from a child led to a heartwarming exchange.
This is police. Where is the emergency?
Hi,
Hello?
Pledge Lady.
Yes, what's going on?
Can I tell you something?
You can tell me something.
I got some toys for you.
You got some toys for me?
Yep. Come over and see them.
Whereabouts are you?
See?
Sorry?
Hello?
Hi there. We've received a 111 call. I'm guessing it was a mistake, child making a mistake there?
Yeah, he's acting off with his mother's phone.
Oh, bless him. So just confirming there's no emergency at all?
No, there's not. He
Awesome.
said, I was fixing the other child.
No problem at all. He was just talking about his toys. That's no problem at all. You guys have a good rest of your day.
Comms calls for any units free to head. There is a 4-year-old there who is wanting to show police their toys. Over.
Yeah, I'll attend it.
Roger, thank you.
In October 2021, a 4-year-old child called New Zealand's emergency services on 111 and asked the police lady if she could come over and see his toys. In an exchange dubbed "Too Cute Not to Share," Constable Kurt arrived on the scene after confirming that no emergency was taking place. During a visit to his home in Invercargill, Constable Kurt spent some time with the young boy. The officer discussed the importance of using emergency service lines correctly, allowed the youngster to sit in his patrol car, and inspected the child's collection of cool toys. The Southern District Police posted about the exchange on Facebook. An image of the child and Constable Kurt had the caption, "While we don't encourage children to call 111 to show us their toys, this was too cute not to share." For more True 911 calls, watch this episode next.